Alright, we're now on session 3, right? 3 of Beyond the Rim. So,
Woohoo!
who wants to give us a recap of what y'all did last game?
Hi, Internet. We're playing Beyond the Rim, and this is a lot of fun. Yeah, you vote Sam. Fuck you. Anyway, so last session, we finally made our way off the wheel after retrieving our droid and not me, the other droid, and talking down the cops who I think were going to try to detain us, but we ended up getting everything situated. Uh, our first leg of the trip was uneventful and pretty easy, but we did figure out that we had some kind of tracking device on our ship. But we didn't figure it out until we already made the second jump, which we couldn't get out of unless we wanted to waste a bunch of time. We all decided not to. But once we came out of hyperspace the second time around, we arrived in a nebulous cloud around the planet that we were searching for, and it was all crazy and messing with our instruments, and we hit a couple of asteroids trying to get out, but thanks to some good piloting from our two top ace pilots, we made it out alive. We got our sensors working again, and once we did, Sam realized that we actually had to go back into the nebula to get to the planet. So we did that, and we were able to traverse it pretty easily the second time. We did some scans of the planet to see if we could find the ship, and we found a massive wreckage from what could be the ship. We're not 100% sure. We just know that whatever ship this was, it was definitely a capital ship. And we landed, went to explore some of the wreckage, got waylaid by a bunch of crazy little rat things, and we killed them all. But then some giant, very I don't know, something very scary roared in the distance. We all ran and went back to the ship to find another place to land closer to the escape pod, which we did, and that is where we are now. We are heading our way to the escape pod.
Super exciting. I'm gonna fix Sam token real quick.
Wait, why are you trying to fix my token?
Because
Because it's
I
ugly.
fixed it, but I forgot to set it as default, so. I know how to use Roll20, don't judge me.
You're good now.
My token looks fine. I don't see.
Looks fine to you, doesn't look fine to everybody else.
It's true.
Okay, whatever.
There we go.
I'm good at DMing. Alright, so like Samwise said, y'all found the debris field and you got waylaid by rats and stuff, and you made your way back to the ship because Sam had detected a large chunk of metal, which could have been like a small shuttle or an escape pod or something, and you guys decided you're going to go check that bad boy out. So you get back in your ship, and IT3 is asking a million questions to see how things are going. But y'all will head to where this pod is at, and it's in the back of this like ravine, this crevasse, as it were. But unfortunately, there's no way to park your ship anywhere nearby, and it's mustaches. The jungle is super thick here, even with it being a crevasse. The trees are grown up around it and stuff, and so you don't even think there would be a way to do anything crazy like let someone rappel down from the ship to check it out. Not that that would be the greatest option. But you have settled on we will head to the nearest landing spot, and you have found a spot about a half a kilometer away. So it's going to take some hacking through the jungle, and it's going to be all uphill to get there, but y'all are capable of doing that. So you land your ship, and we had everyone make perception checks and fear checks at the end of the last session. However, Kodo went and rolled a triumph, so we got to spin that triumph on. Y'all see that there's some creatures in the jungle, but they're they're all being scared off as you're landing, so it doesn't look like there's any immediate threats as the ship lands and you lower the ramp. Ready, set, go.
Oh, half a kilometer. That's not bad.
Not too bad through dense, deadly, scary jungle.
Staying positive.
I'm going to be using my acute senses to stay on alert.
I don't think my parts were made for a trek through the jungle like this.
IT3 is going to chime up and be like, no, I quite agree with you. I'm not quite built for it myself. Did you plan on having me stay here on the ship and be completely useless, or is there something I could be doing with my time?
IT, why don't you just lock the door and stay inside? Don't let anyone on unless I'm with them.
IT
besides-
takes that information and then immediately turns to Tali with it.
He's all right. He means well. Yeah, you can stay here and maybe keep an eye on the ship, see if you can maybe do anything from the inside, kind of beef her up a little bit.
Right. Protocol.
well-
Like he's gonna have that Martin from Hitchhiker's Guide. Head the size of a planet, and they send me down to pick up hitchhikers. And 40 years of intergalactic trade and stuff, and I'm here to see about upgrading somebody's hot rod.
Well, okay, so the last session I said we should bring him with us, and we decided to leave him. And I was saying because he would be the one that would like identify. Or do you guys think we should just leave him here again?
Yeah, we can always talk to him on the comm link.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Currently, as it stands, like all we know that we're going to look for is just an escape pod. Well, actually, because the only thing that he's able to identify is the crew, so it might be a good idea if there was a person in that escape pod. It might be a good idea to have him come with us because he could identify if it was one of the crew members.
Right. All right, for a vote. I'll say he should come with us.
I say he should come with us.
Yeah, come with.
Okay. I
Okay.
guess I'm okay with that.
I must warn all of you, I'm not exactly outfit for any sort of combat.
How much would he slow us down while walking?
He would walk at the same. Him and Sam
It's
or
not a big
Bill are basically about the same. So any of the we're gonna make a protocol droid climb a cliff is already covered by the fact that you're making Sam climb a cliff.
Okay. All
There
right.
is stuff that I can have him do if you guys tell him to stay on the ship. Like I won't make him just be out of the story, but I just wanted to make sure that we were doing what you guys wanted to do.
I'm
If
gonna
he-
make a huff and say, well, I ain't babysitting him.
If he were to stay behind, what types of things could he do?
I mean, y'all could have him run scanners. You could have him not just run the scanners, but work on fixing them more. Because if you remember, Sam gave her the old good enough fix up in the Chol Nebula, so he could get things back up to running at 100%.
Be the guy on the computer.
He could fly the ship.
guy in
and
the
do
chair.
more
He's the guy in the chair.
Yeah.
Y'all could set him in the ship to fly around and do more scanning, like any number of things. So
We already decided he's coming with. Doesn't matter.
cool.
Yeah, but if he could fix the ship while we're gone, I didn't realize that was.
Yeah, I was gonna ask in character. but we
option.
Got caught up. Yeah, actually, if that's the case, I'd actually say have him fix the scanners
Same.
and fly up and try to scan some more and see if he can find a bulkier part of this ship.
Okay. Yeah.
Changing my vote. He needs to stay behind and order pizza.
Yeah,
I'm
very
changing my
good.
vote. I want him to be there to identify anything we find.
Well, we have new information now. That's the reason. Kind of. Okay. Yeah.
My
Right.
position on the matter has evolved.
I've altered the deal. Pray I don't alter it further.
And I also want you to wear this tutu and ride this unicycle. This deal's getting worse all the time.
You guys are busy. I'll come back. Fucking robot chicken. All right.
I love
All
robots.
right. Final answer. He's gonna stay and take care of the ship, and then do some scanning.
So he can do some scanning while it's on the ground. He's not the best pilot, but he does like have the ability to like do planetary like flying around. He's not going to be leaving atmosphere or anything, but he can get up above the jungle and do a little more scanning and stuff like that.
That's all autopilot at that point, anyways, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, keep it between the ditches and the shiny side up. So, but
All right.
with that, the rest of y'all are gonna set off into the jungle. Is there anything y'all need to do beforehand? Is there anything you're leaving on the ship? Are you carrying all your packs with you? What are we doing?
I am purposefully not making my bunk before I leave because I'm an adult and I don't have to.
Does anyone have a machete?
I have an axe.
Close enough.
Hack our way through the jungle here.
There can be some mundane tools like machete and stuff supplied on the ship that the Pikes gave you since, like, you know, they gave you the ship. So
Yeah, that'd be like part of the survival kit, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Nice. Machete in hand. I am ready to go.
Alright, I'm just gonna take one of my extra weapon reloads with me, just in case.
Okay.
I'm bringing all my grenades.
Got it.
You never know.
That should go without saying, though.
So you guys are gonna trek off into the jungle. Let's I guess I could have made a blank map so we can figure out marching order. Let's use this screen. Give me a marching order. Who's first? Who's bringing up the rear? Are y'all walking in a straight line? Are you kind of a clump? What's the plan?
I'm okay with this order, with Zamira being front and me being last.
I mean, that does make you
Okay.
easy to get picked off by giant scary jungle monsters, but you know,
I'll be next to him.
yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, she's a much more enticing target.
Oh.
I don't know, man. Those next two might have a thing against rodents.
Then I'll kill them from the inside. Trojan Nexu.
You just ate him. I got him right where you want him.
All right, so you set off into the jungle. You're fairly certain, at least Kodo is, that the ship landing scared off all the immediate threats, and you start hacking your way and climbing up through the jungle. And what I'm gonna need is a survival check from Zamira, who's leading the way, and it's just gonna be average at this point.
So 1 purple.
Glad she's leading the way.
2 purple.
Come on, Zammy.
And that's going to help us ballpark how easily y'all are able to navigate through the trees themselves.
Woohoo!
Woohoo.
Oh, we forgot to do the Destiny pool.
Freaking Destiny
Oh,
pool and obligation. Man, it's like none of us have played Star
So
Wars
should we do-
before.
Oh god.
Stand by, let me open the damn dice pool.
Remember, just click roll destiny.
Okay, roll that Destiny.
Maybe we'll remember to use it this session.
Yeah, right.
Yay!
Roll Destiny.
Think we're just waiting on Linus.
Zammy Zam.
Oh,
Nice and even.
3 and 3. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and throw down an obligation roll.
Which is bound to hit because we have like
Mm,
100 obligation.
Hey, only missed by 4.
Shit.
Woo.
We're
So
getting really lucky.
with all of you being at even obligation, that's gonna put it being on Zamira due to alphabetical order. So, hun, I'm gonna need you to take an additional strain.
Oh.
Due to your obligation. It's just
That's
from
okay. I have 12 thresholds. So.
it's just from all the pressure. You're finally on the mission, and you just, you know, everyone's relying on you to lead you through the jungle. Right. So,
All the pressure. It's
you-
all on your shoulders.
You were successful in your survival check, so it's going to take you about 45 minutes to an hour, depending on your actual pace. That is a good question for somebody else to look up while I narrate.
He looked at a last game. It's after combat you can roll
was-
something to get rid of
Right.
strain.
Yeah.
But
Or when you sleep, it's entirely gone.
Yeah, hang on.
right. But should we?
And I believe it's roll cool average.
Yeah, I think that was what you said.
Maybe.
I'm looking through the old chat log. I'll tell you in a minute.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm going to continue with narration. It's going to take you about 45 minutes because you kind of have to snake back and forth, and there's a lot of elevation climb to be had. But in about 45 minutes, you're going to get to the actual, like, ravine and start the climbing. And so what I'm going to need from anyone that attempts to go up it first, bless you,
Gesundheit.
is whoever's
Sorry.
climbing up first is going to need to make a hard 3 purple athletics check.
Is that me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can send anybody else
Do you
up.
have athletics? I don't.
I definitely.
I
do.
have 1 yellow and 3 green.
Woohoo! That's you.
Well, you didn't fail.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought you needed one success to actually have a success.
Yeah.
Okay, but she
Shut
didn't
up.
fail.
So yeah, you don't make much headway. You try up one side and you don't really get anywhere. So you kind of work your way back down. Let's try climbing up the other side. And hopefully you don't fall.
Is that another athletics check?
Yes, please. Same thing that you just did. All right.
Woohoo! Nice. You got the lay of the land, more the terrain there.
So
Didn't fall off.
you don't fall off. You don't take any fall damage or anything. However, the book's gonna say that I can use this here threat and do a couple of things. You're getting kind of scratched up by vegetation and the likes because it's not just climbing the cliff, but you know you're still in the jungle. There's roots and rocks and vegetation, so you're gonna take one more strain on the climb up, and you find yourself up in the next part of the ravine, looking back down at the rest of your team. What's the team going to do?
I'm gonna activate my rocket boots that I don't have.
I'll throw on my imaginary jetpack.
Yeah.
I call up to Zamira. Do you have any rope?
That would have
That
been
is a
good to
good
ask before she
question.
got up.
Oh man,
We left
Yeah.
it down here.
I do
who
not
can throw really
believe
well?
I have rope.
I gave
I
y'all
don't have any rope.
so many chances to go shopping.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Who
see rope
uses
in the
rope in
gear
a Star
thing.
Wars game?
So we have to climb this in order to get where we need to go. We have to.
Yep.
Well, then I guess I better start climbing.
Zamira has kind of like figured out the path though, so I'll go ahead and bump it down to an average check for the rest of y'all as she stands at the top and tells you, "No,
Oh,
put your
boy.
foot there."
Hey, this is gonna be funny. You guys
This
want to
is
see a fucking weak
terrible.
asteroid try to climb?
I have 1 green for athletics,
Same.
so
Woohoo! I'm really great at this, you guys.
hey, I did it.
Hey.
So what are we rolling? 2 purples for athletics.
Oh God, Tally. 2 purple athletics, yes, please.
All right. I'm
Technically,
sure-
I didn't fail. I just somehow got threat.
That's a fail though. If you don't have a
Uh-oh.
success, it's a fail.
Damn.
So, Kodo, please take 1 strain, and you're going to have 1 setback on whatever your next action is. Help me remember
Okay.
that. Sam, you take a
Oh, wait,
strain.
I was actually supposed to have a setback on that too. I keep forgetting. I'm just gonna put that in the dice pool so that it's always there.
And then Tali, I gotta go read about fall damage on page 215
really
of
that
the
bad,
core
huh?
damage. Da-da-da.
All right, I have it set up now to where I'll always roll a setback with my stuff.
Okay. Gravity
I thought maybe
kills.
I just sort of like got like 2 foot off the ground and then just like my grip slipped, you know, and I just kind of maybe rolled my ankle a little bit or something.
That might have been if you didn't have any failures.
Yeah.
Bruised my heel.
I don't know how I feel about the first 2 lines of the falling chapter, starting with gravity kills, period. Space. If a character
Oh.
falls from a height, the GM should determine the distance between where the character falls from and the point of impact.
All right, start rolling up a new character.
A short range can net you 10 damage and 10 strain. Well, let's go ahead and say that you
What?
can make an average athletics or coordination check, and every success will help reduce that damage suffered, and any advantages can reduce the strain.
You want me to make an average what check?
Athletics or coordination?
Again? Oh, okay.
You'll probably want to do coordination.
Yep. Nope.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
boy.
Oh no! Tali just dies.
Oh.
Just
I think
Hardly
straight
I'm
up
knew
just
you.
dies.
I'm just gonna crawl back to the ship.
That's good because you can't walk anymore.
Yeah.
She's laying on the valley floor looking up at the rest of y'all, including Sam, who's managed to get like halfway up the wall.
I
at
know.
this
I
point.
should have been the one. I should have totally been the one to fail this, you guys. This is amazing.
And
I
she
Well,
has-
me and
am
fucking-
not. I can't believe how bad my luck is. It's just
Me and Seal have been talking about this all week, of fucking going back and forth about how Sam's gonna fucking die the first cliff that we go up against.
So you are gonna take some damage.
of course.
We're gonna be nice though and say that
How tall is this cliff again?
it's not super tough, so you're only gonna take 5 damage and 5 strain. Because a full short distance would bring you to 10 and 10. But this isn't a straight up debacle, so there's some tumbling involved, and we're gonna put you at 5 and 5. What you got, Boomy?
Okay.
How tall is the cliff?
Are we talking like
Like-
actual vertical?
Height, not meters, because I don't use metric.
Probably a solid 18, 20 feet total elevation gain. But again, like it is not a straight up cliff. It is
Right,
a ravine that's kind of snaking into the cliff walls. And so depending on where you fall from, you have different amounts of rolling to be done.
Well, seeing that Tali couldn't make it, I'm scrambling back down the cliff because I'm not going to leave her alone. Do I roll another athletics?
Aw.
Nah, you're fine.
I'm laying on the ground like,
Wind knocked out
aw, little pixie
Oh.
stick. Thanks for coming back for me.
I'm going to use a stim pack on her too.
of you. Aw,
That'll heal
Double aw.
5 wounds.
they love each other.
It heals 5 wound. Is that what you said?
Yeah, and if you use another one in the next 24 hours, it'll heal 1 less wound.
Ooh.
You want to give her a boost?
I mean, I can, but she's like twice my size.
Yeah.
Anyone want to help Sam?
I mean, I can, but he's like twice my size.
I mean, aren't I making it though? Sort of.
Very slowly, yes. You want to give me another check?
Sure. Yeah. Let's see how much damage the droid takes, everybody.
I mean, remember y'all got them light
I'll
side
catch
points.
you.
Remember you got them light side points.
Oh,
Do I
yeah.
have to say
Yeah,
before I
but-
roll if I take them?
So we use the light side, and you immediately make it. So just do it.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Should have
Cool.
done
Yeah.
that.
I'll just use a light side point then. Yeah.
Light side is like an
Great.
automatic success within reason, right?
I don't know. Let me go read the rulebook.
You guys, we know so much about this system. It's fucking unreal.
Hey, I told y'all
But
when
now
we
if you-
started that I'd run a couple of one-shots and nobody else had really played, so this is the kind of game we're getting where it's like, what do you mean
Oh,
I
yeah,
fell
no,
out of a
it's fine.
tree? Hang on, let me go Google that.
Yeah, well, this is why it's fun though. This is why we've had such fun so far. Is
Yeah.
because none of us know the fucking rules, so we're just kind of winging it.
But
Yeah.
this is also how I kind of learned the system by going, oh yeah, remember that time that Sam was trying to somersault out of a jungle tree? That's how fall damage works.
I really don't want to use another light side point just to get up this cliff. 'Cause then Seal's gonna have a lot of dark side points to use.
If he
It'll just make
remembers to use
things
them.
so much more interesting.
Kodo and Zamira, what do you guys see up there?
You guys trying to get up here?
Called it.
A whole lot of not broken limbs.
I am having some difficulty.
Is there like another way of getting up here? Is there like an alternate route we could go?
That's why I asked. I was like, is that the only way we can get up?
Based on your aerial surveillance, yeah, you're gonna need to climb up here because it would be an even steeper. Like, if you went the long way and hiked up and around onto the hills above the crevasse, you think that trying to get down into it from that height is gonna be worse than this slow incline. Especially since no one brought rope and you wouldn't be rappelling.
Yeah, Zammy, do you see any vines up there?
You can make a perception check.
I'm trying to get there. Is it like
Kodo
any-
found some.
Yeah.
Or
Nice.
found that there aren't any.
Yeah, you can scrounge around and find some vines. And give boosts to anyone trying to climb up.
Don't forget to triple braid it. We don't want anything breaking.
Oh wait, no, I shouldn't have done that. That would have been I would have had a setback on my next action. What that should have been was what was the setback? Black die?
Yeah.
Black. It still would have been 1 success, 1 advantage, so yeah.
Cool. So I can help anyone or
The vine will give a boost to anyone climbing up.
who needs the
Well,
boost
could
the
we just
most?
like tie it under the arms
You could
so that
do
if they fall while climbing, they won't actually fall?
belaying. Is it really belaying from the top? I have no idea. But yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, we'll say it'll take a little bit of finagling, especially with the droid. But a lot of you can get your asses up there. I just read like 7 paragraphs on Destiny points and I didn't get like a solid answer.
I think it really is kind of vague about what you can do with it.
Yeah.
I know that there's like major narrative influence, but again, I don't see whether it's just straight up like. I thought I remember it being like you can upgrade a role and stuff like that, but something to look up at a later point, or y'all can do as we carry forward. But let's do some narration. How about if I get back to the correct window?
I pop up on the cliff and wipe my hands off. Oh, that wasn't so bad.
Crickets start chirping.
New map.
Ooh, fancy.
Head down to the bottom. Does everyone have
Nice.
the correct tokens?
Looks like.
Your strains at the right numbers and stuff. I know Sam's was
Mhm.
being.
We've got 2 Sams now.
Yeah, why do you keep doing this to my token?
I wanted to make sure that since I upgraded your default or updated your default token that you had the correct one. But here's what you're looking at. laboriously, according to the book, but the book didn't know how tough that was going to be for y'all. Laboriously picking your way through the steep overgrown crevasse, you see the rusted metal hulk of that's half buried in the dirt. It's relatively large and about 5 meters above the surface of a small brackish pond in the bottom of the crevasse. The object is draped in reddish thorny vines, but you can just make out faded paint markings and words, and the words say 34 Besh. The paint's peeling and it's very, very old, but it does say 34 Besh. And then there's a gaping opening, and through that opening
That's
you
what
can
she
see
said.
you can see it like dozens of small, like thumb-sized green flying insects that are buzzing around the opening of the pod, and it takes you a moment to realize that the hole is actually the hatch of like an escape pod, and it's been encrusted by this nest of these insects. And beginning to look around, you see that there's a door from the pod, kind of just laying in this puddle of brackish water, like the door was ejected once it come crashing into this crevasse.
How big are the insects?
Thumb-sized.
It's huge.
Get bigger thumbs.
All right, Samira, lead the way.
So there's trees up on the tops. I did not put trees down in here because I wanted y'all to be able to like see what y'all are dealing with. But imagine that the whole top of this crevasse is like there's a canopy, there's trees down in there with y'all. It's not a clear open space. I just wanted y'all to be able to see the stuff. So you are still very much in thick jungle. There's red thorny vines everywhere, there's trees everywhere, there's foliage.
I'm gonna take out my infrared binoculars and start looking around the immediate area for anything large and unsavory.
Sure. You can. What's your perception? How many dices is?
Let me see. My perception is 2 yellows.
Cool. What does your infrared binoculars do? Like, is it just legit infrared?
And why didn't you just build them into your face? You're a droid.
I was thinking about it, but I decided not to with these. I might do it later. It's just handheld, scan through walls, or remove setback from range. So it's supposed to basically it makes my perception checks be able to scan through walls, and I can see infrared.
Okay, so you can see infrared body heat and
That's
whatnot.
yeah. That's what the description. I mean, like literally, the description says handheld scan through walls or remove.
So we
setback
know
from
about
range.
that Nexu in the escape pod, is what you're saying.
So yeah, however you want to handle that.
Okay, I'm gonna make a check real quick. The rest of y'all start deciding what y'all are gonna be doing while your robot uses binoculars.
Yes, I would like to get on the comms and contact IT3, to ask him if he knows anything about what did you say it was?
34
Besh?
Besh.
Besh?
Yeah, it's
34 Besh.
like saying
it's like beta, yeah. So if you
Okay, yeah.
remember our escape from Mashuta, one of the landing bays was Auric and the other one was Besh. It's literally their Alpha, Beta, Charlie.
Okay.
So like they're phonetic letters.
Oh, okay. Oh. Anyway, so I'd like to contact IT3 and see if he can run that through his knowledge and database, or if it sounds familiar.
Sure, I can deal with that. I got one thing to do real quick. What's the rest of y'all doing?
I'm waiting on Sam to tell me what Nexu is Or how many Nexo are living in the escape pod?
37.
So like, are we
Okay.
just like
So
standing in the open? Like, I know you said there was trees and canopies and stuff, but like, there's like
I just put all
stuff
y'all
around
at
us,
the
right?
yeah. I put all y'all down at the bottom so that y'all could adjust your tokens, but that's the direction you'll be approaching from. Feel free to put yourself in your marching order, your clump or whatever. But imagine like you guys scraped and got your way up to the top of the cliff you were climbing, and in probably within the next 5 or so minutes you got here. And Sam, I made that perception check for you. You rolled a triumph on it, so keep that in mind. But I have nothing else to give you momentarily based on that roll.
But you did a very thorough job.
Alrighty.
You did a great job. So think how you might want to apply a triumph to the story, but you did not gain anything else from your infra binocular scan.
Okay. All right. I need to know how to
Which
apply
might-
triumph.
Yeah, might have something to do with setback die and stuff.
All right. Well, let's
A
check out the
lot.
escape pod, guys.
Sorry, I forgot about Tally's question. IT3 is just going to radio back and, inform you kind of arrogantly, I guess, that 34 Besh on an escape pod simply means it's a ship large enough to have a section that this seems like it would be pod 34 from the B hangar, the B level, like
Oh, okay, yeah.
it seems like it. That's not enough information for me to say whether it's the Sanala or not. We already
Sure,
know
just
we're
a big
dealing
ship.
with the capital ship wreckage, but having found an escape pod surely sounds like we are making progress in this particular venture.
And how is the scanning going? / repairs.
I'm working
In other
on
words, get your ass to work.
I'm working
Getting
on the
sassy with
scanners
us.
currently. It seems like several of the dishes were knocked out of alignment. Something large must have impacted the ship. But
That bastard.
I winced slightly.
but I am making progress. Now that it's steady on the ground, it's much easier to begin calibrations.
All right, take good care of her.
You
You
bet.
keep up that sass, we're gonna space you on the way back.
I'm the one talking to the droid.
We
like
all
you-
have comms, so it's not like we don't all hear the conversation.
Sometimes I just I don't know. We have an interesting relationship, so I'm like,
This is like when you had
I'm
multiple.
the one talking to him. I'm like moving the phone away from him.
You're like leaning away with your comm link, but then he
Yeah,
pulls out his own
yeah.
and starts talking, and you're
Yeah.
doing the like. This is the
No,
90s.
I'm literally jumping as I talk so that I can talk into her comlink.
Okay, I'm following Zamira.
All right. But yeah, your scan there, Sam, is going to show you that the entire inside of this pod appears to be a nest of those insects. Like it is glowing warm, and that's one of the reasons that I feel like the rest of your scan didn't come out good. Is like you were distracted by the giant glob of heat in this giant swarm of insects that's in this pod.
Okay, then before anybody moves any further, Sam will move up and be like, it's probably not a great idea to go too close to that escape pod.
Why not?
Why?
The entire pod is a nest for some kind of bug or creature. I'm assuming the ones that we see flying around the outside of it.
Oh, I
Ugh.
know what to do. And then I start rummaging through my backpack and I pull out a grenade
No
and
grenades.
start walking towards.
No grenades.
Yes, please, no grenades. If we want to gain any information out of the pod, then we need to remove the bugs without destroying the pod itself.
Sam, do you think those bugs are poisonous or dangerous? I mean, if they swarm us?
I'm not 100% sure.
You'd
do I
probably be
know
fine
anything?
though, right?
Tin Man goes first.
As I like take a step back.
Anyone wishing for more information can make an average knowledge xenealogy or survival check.
I would have no reason to know anything
wait.
about those bugs.
Sam.
I
Wait,
have
which
all of the
ones?
knowledge. Ha ha!
Ah.
Xenology or survival.
Okay, yeah. You may not know much about this exact species, but just from watching and seeing them and having scanned, they're not just benign insects. They have stingers. They're akin to like a beehive. It is definitely something that if you get close enough, they're going to aggressively attempt to protect the pod, and they're not
Something
just
you
going
picked
to.
up
Yeah, it's not just.
Watching the acclaimed documentary Green Moon.
Of course.
Go get him, Sam.
Yeah. Sam's gonna relay the information to everyone. Whatever types of bugs these are, I haven't ran into this exact species, but they probably are poisonous in some way or another. They do happen to have defense mechanisms on their bodies.
Tin Man goes first.
Oh, this is why I hate meaty human creatures. All right, I will. I'll go first. I'll go in.
Tali and Kodo, did
Slowly-
you get my whispers?
Oh.
Sorry,
Yeah, pay attention to the chat log, motherfuckers.
I thought it was in relation to the whole genealogy thing. Like we could do that
Yeah.
with it instead. Sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt Sam, but like there was things that might happen before you run up there, so I wanted to make sure that the whole group was on the same
Okay.
page.
So is it
Yeah.
possible
Let
to-
that happen first, then.
Sorry.
I think the Tin Man should go.
Finally. Oops.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Oh wait, hold on. I had the setback die. I don't think it affected anything, right? It's just
It's fine. I need like 2 seconds. Cat's being a jerk.
classic
finally got a
Linus
success.
and or O'Neill.
Oh boy, that's a lot of threat.
Yeah.
Sorry, Linus was trying to eat some of the like Star Wars minis that he's got like on the shelf.
Those were words, but they sounded like they came from a pillow.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It sounded, whenever you were talking just now, it sounded like you had your head stuffed in a pillow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry,
Well,
I'm back.
does it still sound like that?
No,
No.
you're fine now.
All right, so Kodo, you're kind of bringing up the rear of the group, and everyone's heading forward towards the pod. And with all those threats, I'm gonna say that you get a setback on your next check, and you are distracted because, like, beneath your boot, something kind of crunches, and you look down, and there is an old, completely corroded blaster and like bits of a skeletal hand still kind of gripping around the handle of it. So you like
Whoa.
crunch down on some bones and look down, and it's part of somebody's arm still clutching a blaster, like buried in the muck, because this is all like clearly water rushes through here when it rains, and so it's not muddy, but it gets muddy, and buried in the mud at some point was a hand clutching a blaster. Tally,
Oh,
what you see is in this other pond over here off to the side. There is what looks like bones sticking up out of the brackish water.
Whoa.
Possibly the top of a large skull or something.
Got it. All right. Hey guys, I think I see something over here. I gotta go check it out.
I'll check it out too.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sam. We'll get there. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. If they call out,
So
Sam will
sorry.
hold off getting too close to the pod until they're done with their thing. Also, he'll make sure to tell Zamira, you may want to step back a few more feet, just in case. Thank you. They can't hurt me with their poison, so.
I never said poison, you metagame.
You said they had stingers. I'm assuming that if they're bugs, it's definitely not gonna corrode fucking droid armor. Like, I'm not really worried about it.
I never said poison.
Tali, what
I
you
never
see?
say poison.
Tali, what you see in the mud puddle, and once what'd you say his name was? Pixie Stick today? Once Pixie Stick
Yep.
runs up beside you, there's a large skull kind of half buried in the silt in the bottom of this puddle. This isn't like fresh rainwater. This has been here for, several days, maybe a week since the last rain. And so it's like brackishy, muddy water. And there's a skull sticking partly up out of the water, but once you get closer, you can see down in the water a little bit. And it's a fairly large skull, and it has what you determine to be a blaster shot, like right in the middle of it.
Ooh. Can I tell what type of humanoid it was, or
It
was
is
it human, or?
It is a beast. It is not a human. And you can make like a xenealogy check or just a general knowledge check for me.
2 purple?
Yeah, sorry.
No, sorry.
Average. Doesn't look like anything you've
Yeah.
seen before.
Hey guys, look at this. I found this big, huge skull to something. I have no clue what it is.
Can I see anything else interesting in there? Or is it just bones?
So she's focusing on the skull. Where are you? Like, are you looking for the skull, or just around the pool in general, or?
Well, if there's a blaster, then maybe it ate someone that had a nice blaster. So are there any weapons in there?
Oh yeah, you ran over there now. Sorry, I forgot about that. There's no weapons in there, but you look and you see that it is more than just the skull. There's an entire spine that goes down into the silt behind it, and several other scatterings of bone. And it is definitely a large quadruped. Like it was some sort of big beast.
Yeah. All right.
It's got
Boring.
claws, lots of teeth.
Looks like it was killed by a blaster. That means there must have been someone around here.
I might have stepped on them.
Oh,
And then
there you go.
point to the
Ew.
to the arm and blaster I just crunched.
Is there anything else there, like clothing or anything? Might have been
Do you
on
wanna,
the
like,
skeleton.
do you want to like check? It's
Sure,
so it's buried
I would
in the
like to
mud and leaves and stuff. So if you take a moment, like
Oh, great.
scrape away stuff,
Mhm.
yeah, there's more of the arm. It's not a full skeleton, but there's definitely an arm there, and there's old blood-stained dark gray cloth on the arm itself, and I'll say that between everyone here, you can gather that it's the same color as the old CIS Navy spacesuits.
Ooh. I convey that information to everyone. I'm not sure how far away Zamira and Sam are, but if I need to, I use the comm just to let them know that.
No, like
Okay.
y'all
We're
are
close enough.
Yeah, like
Okay.
not talking, but hey guys, come over here.
Yeah.
The measurements aren't accurate because they're working off 5-foot squares, but y'all are within
Okay.
30, 40 feet of each other. Yeah.
I'm
Okay, cool.
checking out the blaster. Is it a Merson Model 53 by any chance?
Um,
Ooh,
Just say yes.
no. But it is extremely corroded and rusty and looks like it spent at least, 20 years being in the bottom of this canyon, getting rained and covered in water.
Guys, this planet sucks.
Agreed.
Seems like the kind of place for people to come here to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I
Yeah.
definitely don't like standing in the mud and water for too long.
Yeah.
All right, Sam, that leaves you. Find us a nice blaster.
I don't know what much of I'll find in here, but I'll give it a look. I'm going to slowly approach the opening of this pod and look inside very carefully.
Okay. As you get there, they're gonna you're clearly starting to agitate the nest, and insects are gonna start to swarm around you. You haven't really gone inside, right? You're just you're trying to get to the door.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the opening and like get like a look inside.
Okay. Keep in mind the door itself is up off the ground, like it's not like step straight in. So the actual opening is about 5 feet from the floor of the ravine, which puts it near head level. But you would have to climb up and into it. But you can see into it, and what you're going to see is a shitload of green bugs, and B, a skeleton wearing a Confederation of Independent Systems spacesuit, still strapped into like the seat farthest from the door. And this is clearly an escape pod, and somebody did not make it out of the pod. They died in flight or on impact, and are still seat belted into their seat. Humanoid type creature.
All right. And I see nothing. Like there's nothing else to see inside the pod. It's just the skeleton.
There's a
Happen to have
million
anything on him?
bugs climbing and crawling all over everything, so it depends on what you're looking for and what you're trying to do.
Okay, I just want to see, for one, if there's any besides just military SIS stuff. I want to see if there's any other like markings on his clothes to indicate like who he was working for, or if there's any indication of the ship he was on, and if he has any gear on him at all.
So he's just in that paramilitary kind of ship crew uniform. Everything is rotted and falling apart. Again, you're dealing with stuff that's been in the jungle for 20 years and has had insects making a home in it. So not super great. So aside from the CIS motifs, you don't see like a ship name or anything. And he has another corroded blaster like at his hip.
Well, it doesn't appear that there's anything of value in here except for a skeleton.
Now it's an escape pod, so there is controls and stuff in there. Like it's not something that you can pilot to any great degree, but there is still like you would know that escape pods have the metaphorical black
yeah.
box and
Okay.
stuff.
God damn it. All right.
Why don't they
fine.
build the whole ship out of the black box?
I'm gonna-
Unions
Oh, man,
haven't
here we
got
go.
that approved because it keeps the people that rescue people from escape pods in business.
I dislike bugs. Sam is gonna say as he starts climbing to hop in and see if he can find said black box or any indication that there's any way that I could bring power to this for like a few moments to look at like its computer.
Okay, well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is the insects go ballistic and immediately start attacking you. However, they do not deal enough damage to get past your soak, and the only thing that they can do is hope for a critical, so I'm going to just roll some random shit depending on how long you're in here. But the entire time that you were in this pod, you are being pelted. They are bouncing off of you like bugs off a window, and they are stinging and buzzing, and all of y'all not in the pod watch as this turns into like a fury of pissed off insects.
I chuckle.
Don't like
I back
this.
up
I
more.
don't like this. I hate insects. Help me. Help me. I
As the
should have
bear
gotten.
moves back.
He like yells out, I should have gotten the flamethrower upgrade.
Okay, so you can squish through the bugs and past the skeleton and to the controls and where the memory banks would be. How are you going about this? What are you attempting to do? Are you wanting to
Alright.
interface with them yourself? Are you trying to just remove the black box?
For now, while I'm in here, I'll take a moment to see if I can, if the controls aren't corroded from rain, since the fucking hole is facing up, I'm assuming it's rained inside here quite a bit. So, if I can actually interface with the console itself, I'll try that. But if that's not an option, then I'll just find the black box and remove it.
A average computer check would allow you to move the information on the console to another computer or to your own memory banks or something. Well, look at the brain on Brad.
Woo!
I thought his name was Corey.
Mm,
Oh, jeez. Do we have 2 triumphs to use now?
Sam's been rolling triumphs despite. He entered this session like, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna suck in the jungle. Just don't mind me and all these skills that have 2 purples and roll triumphs every time. Or 2 yellows and roll triumphs every time. Alright, Sam, with that,
I
I'm
fall.
very intelligent, okay? Leave me alone.
you're not gonna get this information right now unless you actually spend several minutes to go through it in the pod. But I'm
Oh,
gonna go
no,
ahead
no,
and,
no, no.
yeah.
If I could just copy it into my memory banks, I'm getting the fuck out of this thing, because I do not like these bugs.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you then, as you're climbing out, I'll go over this information so that you have it and can deal with it as it comes up, or if you spend 5 minutes out there with your friends. The files are actually going to contain the position of the Sonala ore. It confirms that it is the Sonala ore that the pod was fired from, and you know the position that the ship was in when the pod was fired, which will help you kind of help coordinate the actual descent of the ship onto the planet. And what you're going to get is you have a conversation between the pod and the ship. So it has it's not a hologram, of course, because you're playing it back in your own memory, but you get like the people in the ship have a hologram of a human that comes up, and he is just cussing and screaming at them, and he's calling them traitors, and I cannot believe that you would in the moment of our greatest need, like take 2 engineers and punch early, the ship's going down, and we need to be able to ensure that the most people and the most supplies on the ship see through this crash, and you're going to take 2 mechanics and just jettison the moment that we hit, and like he is just fucking laying into them. And you see that it was 2 humans and oh god, I lost the other one. 2 humans and 1 non-human. I'll find what race he was in just a moment. But there was three people in the pod, 2 humans and another guy who was a non-human, and somebody was calling them from the main ship and ripping them a new asshole for abandoning ship without orders. It was
Okay.
2 humans and 2 Nemodians. And then let's go ahead and get you over with the group. Do you want to
Well,
continue?
before I join the group, I'll make sure that the bugs aren't following me, so that nobody gets stung. Like I'll, smack a couple of them off of me, and just take a minute to like make sure that they're not like chasing after me.
I'm so glad you said that because I was totally
Good
going to
call.
have something crawl out of you at another point. Just be like, beneath one of Sam's plate, this bug comes out and deals 1 damage.
I knew you were gonna do some shit like that. That's why I was like, no, wait a second, bitch.
I'm waiting for like, oh no, I still have like 1 strain left. I'm good. And then a bug comes and gives you a sting. No.
But if you want to continue going through that information now, or there are more files to dig through, but the first file will get you that. This is a pod from the ship, and somebody from the ship was screaming and cussing them out for abandoning ship without orders.
Okay. Well, okay. Again, first I'll make sure that the bugs are off of me and not chasing me around, and I'll, check my plates. Probably finding a couple of the magnets that fucking Talek keeps putting on me, and I'll throw them in the water.
Mm.
And then
I didn't do it.
you said last session that you did it.
Probably
You literally, yeah, somebody said, I can't remember if it was Talek or Zamira who said it. But all right, and then
wasn't me at all.
okay, well, it's Zamira then, whatever. And then once I get back, I'll just relay the information to everyone. This pod is definitely from the Sonala ore, and we are on the right track. And I even know the last location that the ship was when the pod was ejected. So I think I can better navigate us towards where we're supposed to go to find the ship.
Yes. Is it here on Cholgana, you think? Or you have no way of knowing yet?
So, Sam, the information you got, so again, you guys parked kind of in a larger gorge almost along like a river, and then headed up one of the branches. This ravine, all the water from the rainfall leads down hill, of course, to where the ship is parked. Sam, you know that the ship was flying along over that main gorge and headed upstream from that river. So it is north of the ship was headed north of where your guys' ship is currently parked.
Okay, and where are we from where the ship was? Are we
You guys
north
are
or are we?
northwest-ish, but again, you're only half a click from your ship. So in the grand scheme of things, you're relatively close to your ship.
Okay.
The ship was still quite a bit up in the air when this pod was ejected, so this is not like a walk from here to the Sanala ore. This is a
Fine. The main trajectory where it was headed. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Okay, so
Sam, were there any survivors?
as far as I saw, no. There were 2 humans aboard the pod and 2 others. What did you say they were? I'm sorry.
Nemoidians.
Nemoidians.
Yeah, 2 Nemoidians. I did not find the skeletons of the Nemoidians, but I did find the skeleton of 1 human.
Oh,
Well, if there's a
interesting.
body in there and a body right here, that means there's 3 bodies somewhere else, right?
Close,
2.
Pixie. Close.
There would be
All
2
right.
more bodies somewhere else, or perhaps the 2 others got lucky and somehow survived the jungle for 20 years.
I don't know if I'd call that lucky.
Me neither. But I do have enough information where if we make our way back to the ship, we should be able to land at a closer proximity to the Sonala ore. I also have more information from the pod that I can go over during our trip. I
Awesome.
might be able to get more information, but for now, I thought it's safe to not stand here in the middle of the jungle while I try to sift through the information.
Sounds good. Let's get back to the ship.
Almost as if on cue. 3PO or IT3 is going to come over the comm and go, I don't mean to interrupt, but I do have a bit of a situation.
Of course you do.
Speak quickly.
I got the scanners working. Hooray for me.
Yay, good
Thank
job.
me when you have time. However, in doing a cursory scan, once the systems were fired up, I didn't actually get to take off in the ship because as soon as I booted the scanners up, I was made aware that another ship has entered orbit over the planet. It's currently in the western hemisphere, so not near us yet, but it does look like somebody else has made their way here.
Great. That's great. Are they stuck in the nebula right now then? When you say Western Hemisphere?
Oh no, they have already transversed the nebula and are within the atmosphere of Tolgana proper.
Wonder how many asteroids hit their ship.
I'm afraid I cannot. I'm not privy to that particular information. I don't know how long they were out of the hyperspace jump, and he's going to continue talking because he thought you were asking them. and he
IT,
doesn't.
power everything down. Go dark. Try to stay off their scanners. We'll be
We'll be
there
there.
as soon as we can.
Yep, off we go.
You're
Into the
welcome.
wild blue yonder.
I said power everything down.
No IT. Okay, so back to the ship.
Back to the ship.
Mhm.
Yay! Double time.
Same marching order, I'd say.
Yeah, getting the fuck out of here.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Oh, something's gonna happen.
Damn it.
Oh no, it's horrifying music of horribleness.
You don't,
It's
you don't
alright,
like
I
that
need
song?
to shoot something.
I can't tell what it is right now, to be honest.
I like
I
it.
was assuming.
I liked it.
I thought it was
I was just
thematically
assuming that
appropriate.
it was gonna be.
I
was
don't hear
worried.
anything.
Yeah.
I like the other one more.
Nothing is changing for me.
Did you change it?
Everything is still
The first one was
same.
the best. Yeah.
Yeah, yep, that's the
This is
one.
the
That's-
good
I
stuff.
don't hear
That's
it.
the same song, guys. Just calm down.
Oh.
It just changes wildly.
Yes.
That's
Oh
what
my
that's what you get with free.
I thought it was thematically appropriate because that's the song that plays in Predator when it's "Get to the Chopper" and you guys are getting to the
Oh,
ship. So
great. Great.
Yeah.
no, but yeah. So climb down. I'll let you make it at easy athletic checks for everybody.
Well, we have the vines.
All of us?
We still have the vines.
Okay, make it at average with a boost.
Oh come on, easy with the boost.
Yeah, that's.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Kodo makes it down.
Fuck.
Tally, dude. Like, do we need to delete your character sheet and make a new one? What's been happening the
have
last
one.
two?
Oh fuck.
That's why I was. Yeah.
All right, we're just
Maybe I
gonna.
should have
Vines are
taken
for-
someone else's advantage first before I.
Yeah. We're just gonna give strain to Sam and Tally.
Oh, dang it.
Because
Okay.
I forgot to put in the setback for my next action. Let me do that again.
what'd you get, Kodo?
There we go.
The setback would have only been a threat, so I'm not gonna make you re-roll the
Oh.
whole thing. I'll just apply the threat to your first roll, and you still had no success and an advantage.
Oops, I mean to do that. Sorry. Clicked the wrong button.
Okay. Strain for those of you who had to take a little extra effort getting on down.
It's very stressful to suck at climbing.
It is. I'm gonna do
Getting
the thing.
flashbacks from elementary school gym class. Trying to climb up that stupid rope.
You know, I never had to do that.
I never could do that.
I didn't have to do that either.
Yeah,
It
I
was
can't even
easy in
make the-
elementary. I didn't get fat till junior high.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Same. Like, you might be like, oh, it's because you were fat, Rick. And I'm like, no. I was actually very skinny in elementary school, and I still couldn't climb the stinking rope.
I went to school in Alabama. We couldn't afford ropes.
But we did have a cool cargo net, and like in retrospect, I don't know how that was a thing that we were allowed to climb on because that went all the way to the ceiling in the auditorium. That thing was very high off the ground, and I routinely climbed up that. That was my jam. Anyhow,
It's a big gray map. Calm down, Rick. We've been playing for an hour, so why don't everyone go ahead and take a 5-minute break? I'm gonna refill my water, and then I got something for you.
all right,
Oh,
snack time.
Sounds
Be right
good.
back.
Oh boy,
You got
it's
that
all
music
bad,
going, and then you
everything's
just
bad.
make me wait for it.
Well, I wanted to give everyone a chance to get water before I was like, oh my god, Tyrannosaurus jumps out of the side of the tree and vomits zombies on you.
I'd be okay with that.
That actually happened in my Tomb of Annihilation game.
Anyone else here?
I am.
What other games do you play, and how many game nights do you have?
Currently just 2 because 2 of my games unfortunately both died out because the DMs got really busy.
I'm looking to get in another game of D&D. I'm really enjoying Star Wars, but D&D
Oh, yeah,
is my first love.
Oh yeah, I love D&D. I can't stop playing it. I'm fucking so great. Yeah, I need to join another game now too because I had 4 a week, and so it sucks to only have 2 now.
I keep saying I'm gonna start DMing a game, and then I never actually get around to starting it.
Same here. I don't think I could possibly DM because I'd be way too anal retentive about fucking everything that goes on. And you cannot do that if you're a DM.
I'm an okay DM. I need to work on my role playing before I really get to be what I consider a decent DM.
Role playing is what I'm good at. It would be the technical side of it that I would probably suck at.
I have a good enough gist of the rules that I can keep the game moving, but I'm not exactly a rules lawyer either.
Yeah, me neither. Most of the DMs that I've played with aren't either, which is always nice.
When it comes down to it, I make a decision and then we look it up later.
What?
Talking about how bad of a DM I am.
Yeah.
I can't roleplay and I don't know the rules.
That's why I stopped playing D&D with you.
Not because you moved 3 hours away. That hurts.
I mean, I feel like we stopped playing D&D while you were still within an hour and a half.
We moved 3 hours away?
Yeah, you went from Vacaville to...
That's like 5 hours.
Yeah, but we moved an hour and a half south at the time, so...
That's true. You moved first.
Yeah. Somebody give me a perception check.
Oh, I can do that. Are there any setback?
Actually, yes. There's 2 setbacks, and it's a hard check.
Perfect, because I get to remove 2 setback thanks to my acute senses.
Mm-hmm.
Hard is 3 purple.
Yep.
uh,
Hi, I'm back. Ooh,
I am
wow.
also back.
What did I miss?
Many
oh, I
of the
don't know why
tribes.
that boost was still there. I need to take that boost off.
Aww.
It's alright. I still get to say screw you to the GM.
You do.
I'm going to spend my triumphs to notice the Nexu hunting us and scare it into submission.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
So, what you do notice is something's not right.
Oh no.
The trees are moving in ways that don't quite make sense with the wind. Not much, just ever so subtle. And it's not like those rat bastards you fought before. But you pass through a couple areas where you notice that and nothing happens. But then you finally get to where you guys are now, and you realize that there's weird creatures, at least 1 or 2 of them up in the trees ahead. And being that you are Pixie Stick, the best way that you could describe it, if you chose to alert the group, is a shrubbery octopus.
Guys, there's some sort of a plant squid up ahead. And it looks friendly. Anyone have a biscuit we can throw it?
A plant squid?
Yes,
Yeah, plant squid. Like a fish made out of leaves.
Designation plant squid does not make any sense.
What's a designation?
Are you sure it's friendly there?
I mean, what else would it be?
Unfriendly.
So far, everything that we've encountered in this jungle has tried to kill us.
Yep, what Sam said.
Which means you get more and more likely that we're gonna find something that's not trying to kill us.
I sincerely doubt it.
Way to stay positive.
It's not moving.
I'm going with the happy squid theory.
Now that he's pointed it out, can I see it too? The leaves rustling and all that?
You can make a hard perception check with no setback. fact, I'll
Hmm.
let you toss a boost on there because he's
Oh,
if he
sorry.
points where it's
too
at.
quick.
That's fine. You got a success. I don't know what to do with all them threats. We'll have to think on it. But you do, in fact, see one each tree octopus kind of hanging in the low limbs above the trail ahead. And y'all are on the trail that you took. Well, trail. You're on the path that you made to get up to the escape pod. So you know that you'd been through here before and not encountered tree octopus. But all the same, what appears to be a sizable tree octopus is wrapped around the branches about 8 feet above the trail ahead.
Does it look friendly, like he's saying?
It looks camouflaged.
You see, plant squid.
What are the rest of y'all doing?
I'm looking for a biscuit.
Yeah. Sam's gonna
Stopping him.
look to Pixie. If you truly believe that it's friendly, perhaps you should be the one to facilitate negotiations.
I got a hand on my blaster.
All right. Anyone got a biscuit? I'll go say hi.
I have a biscuit.
I take her biscuit and I walk towards the plant squid.
I follow him.
Oh my gosh.
Wasn't biscuits a thing in the game with you, you and Leah, Steven? I feel like you were always getting biscuits thrown at you by Ashley's character in Shadows over Amitra or something.
Have a biscuit.
Oh, Sir Rudy?
Yeah.
No,
wasn't-
she would throw mud at me because I didn't like being dirty.
Mm.
I do biscuits at Kevin's character.
Oh, that's right, because he was trying to bang the fucking biker dwarf.
Yeah,
know.
do I look like Kevin? Come on. God.
I mean, you play characters hauntingly similar.
I don't know. Kevin was a little bit like raunchier.
That's true. Sure.
I have
Go
wife
up.
supervision.
So did he. All right, Pixie Stick, go up there and chuck a biscuit at it.
I am tentatively following him with like a worried expression on my face.
How
I'm
close do you want to
closely
get to it?
following him.
Let's see here.
Sam and Kodo, how close would you say you are to the biscuit chucking?
I think I hit it with the biscuit.
I'm gonna stay like at least medium range, just in case a fight goes down, so that I can effectively.
Is that where the things are? Or like over here?
I'm definitely getting short range.
Okay,
I mean, I have a small throwing arm, so.
got it. You hit this thing with a biscuit, and it makes a noise that I'm not going to even attempt to replicate. And it appears to kind of...
XD RAR.
Yeah. It kind of scurries itself around to the far side of the tree. Like, you ever been walking up towards a squirrel and it does that, like, I'm going to get behind the tree, and then as you adjust it, it adjusts. Well, it scampers around to the other side of the tree. And you can very much still see the, like, tentacles grabbing onto the branches and stuff, and you know exactly where it's at, but, ooh, ambiance change.
Mhm.
I love playing hide and seek.
But one each squid octopus is on the other side of the tree from you now.
One each.
One each.
So there's 5 total.
Oh.
Were they at all interested in the biscuit, or did it scare them?
Well,
the
he
fact
hit
that
it
he
right in the eye with his fucking throw over there. So,
Oh, great.
Eye biscuit.
Pixie, you were supposed to feed it, not hurt it.
What can I say? I'm too good of a name.
I hand him another biscuit.
I walk around the tree and throw
Don't
it again.
encourage him. Don't encourage him.
so the rest of y'all are on this side of the tree as Pixie walks on that side, and you see this thing like skitter around the tree and is staying opposite of Pixie.
Is there another way to the ship? Can we avoid interacting with them?
That one's right over the path. Y'all are free to like hack a new path with another survival check.
Zamira, give me another biscuit. I'm gonna climb the tree.
Another biscuit for you.
I don't think that that's such a good idea.
I just cross my arms across my chest. You know
What
what?
difficulty check to
Sometimes
climb the tree?
Average. There's tons of branches and vines and stuff, so an average athletics.
You saying something, Tally?
No, don't let me interrupt. By all means, if you want to kill yourself, let me get in the way of that.
Okay.
Preparing to write a eulogy for Sasquatch.
How far up did I get before I slid down?
Probably like 3 feet, and then the vine snapped, and you just fall and land like square on your ass.
I
And
laugh.
then the vine kind of falls and coils around you like an unspooling rope.
Sammy, can we do a fastball special here?
Wait, what?
Throw me into the tree.
How would I do that?
Because otherwise you
he's a
just
small-
wasted a biscuit.
No, like what skill am I using to
Oh.
throw you into a tree?
I
Is
guess
this
it would be
ranged or athletics?
Throwing
Well, this
grenades is
basic-
ranged.
Well, this would
Well, I can
be
just
based
boost
off
you
of
up.
strength, though.
No, you gotta throw me, otherwise I won't get the height.
I don't know the rules on throwing a midget in Edge of the Empire, so
Bear in mind I'm Silhouette Zero.
hard
Oh my
athletics
goodness.
check.
Was that for the eulogy?
Sam did not realize that this was a bad idea.
Oh.
Oh, no, I didn't realize something else that's probably
Is this
even
gonna
more.
be ranged light or ranged heavy?
He said athletics.
We should go. We're messing around with this tree octopus.
God, this delicate cargo.
Take a strain as she like attempts to chuck you up, and you catch a branch to like not. Oh, I hit my mic. My bad, guys.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, right. It doesn't catch you in the head. It doesn't catch you in the shoulder, but it gets it right in that nook of the neck right there. It's not a huge branch, but you get scratched a pretty good cat scratch across your neck. Sam, I got something for you.
Oh boy,
What would
I
you?
had to be in the back of the pack.
What's your soak?
My soak is 2. My defense is 1.
Okay. Let me roll a black die real quick then. Yeah, that'll help you a little bit. Sam, you take 2 damage as a pair of tentacles wrap their way around your torso from behind, and you are now entangled by another one of these creatures that begins pulling you up into the trees above you.
Assistance, help!
I told you they're friendly.
I don't think it's friendly. It is hurting me. It has damaged my chassis.
Just a little bit of tough love.
I immediately come to
Oh.
his aid. I have quick
Yeah,
draw.
can I
fire.
react?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're
Go ahead.
We can go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, we're fighting? I thought they were friendly.
Oh
I mean,
no.
Thanks
it's-
a lot.
Aggressively friendly.
I yell over my shoulder. Thanks a lot for getting us into this mess.
I mean, he's
Like a salesperson. at the mall.
probably just giving him a hug.
If Zamira had made the throw, this wouldn't be an issue.
I'm guessing this will
Well,
be.
if you had tucked your
I have
arms
no
in
idea
like you're
what's
supposed to, it would have been okay.
You hit my fucking neck with a tree.
Well, you shouldn't have
Laces
such
in.
short arms.
Laces in. I like that I still have the Predator music going in the background.
Yeah.
No, we need some FF7 battle music.
Ashley said she couldn't hear the music, so I'm gonna have to see what her Roll20 settings are on. I didn't want to like deafen you guys or the stream with the music. I just wanted it to be like slight ambiance, but I figured it'd be kind
It's
of
a
fun.
little
it's a-
quiet, but I think it's perfect.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
quiet, but it's
I like it.
perfect.
I would say it's a good volume, but that's just me.
I just like that when we're talking, it's not there, but the moment that everyone stops,
Exactly.
you get the bongos, and you're just like, oh yeah, the music.
Yeah.
And then it completely changes for 10 seconds and then goes back to the bongos.
So we're doing initiative cool?
You were
Not.
not prepared
right?
for
So
the
just
fight
reg-
from that one, so let's go ahead and just do vigilance, and I'll roll
sorry.
vigilance for them too.
My bad.
Oh god, I got so much shit to roll through now.
Should I just re-roll vigilance then?
I don't care. I don't care if you guys don't care.
Where is
Fucking
the
hell.
initiative one again?
Where's
It's
what?
just vigilance, son.
Under combat, you get your initiative there.
Yeah, why are you guys rolling with purple?
There
You're not-
shouldn't be any purples.
I think I don't know what I'm. Yeah, I'm doing this.
Yeah,
differently. Okay, let me try
yeah.
this.
There shouldn't be any purples.
It should be zeros across the board, and then
Yep, you should just be making a vig
vigilance.
check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's better. There we go. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
The only reason I have my setback is because of fucking
Scared.
fear.
Which is a good point. I could technically make y'all roll another fear check now that octopi are jumping out of the trees. But I'll save y'all on that.
Actually, if anything, I'll just use a triumph to say that we don't have to, because I have 2 of them to use.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I don't know what that was.
that was Steven. His headset died, so he's plugging it back in, and it made a weird noise.
Okay.
Dare you, Steve.
Ah.
We have
Back on in just a second.
one piece. Oh my
Good
Jesus! I'll just type it out while he figures his life
I'm
out.
back.
He's back. Okay.
I'll
You're fine,
never
go ahead.
figure that out.
The GM is typing.
Okay. So while you're doing that, I yell over my shoulder to Pixie. You know, you pull this every planet we go to. This is just like when we were on Alderaan.
So he
Is
does
this before
shit
or
in-
after A New Hope?
This is after. Technically, this where we're at in the storyline. Where we're at in the storyline, the Death Star, the first Death Star has already been destroyed. We're at like the beginning of
Oh.
Empire.
Okay. Well, I said a different planet then. I didn't know. What,
No,
like,
I mean,
timeline.
technically-
It's entirely
Yeah,
plausible that you
No,
could have been on
it's-
Alderaan.
yeah, you
Yes.
guys could have been on Alderaan. Just, it's dead now. It's gone now.
It's like you wanted to be thrown, and then all of a sudden the planet blew up.
I mean, seriously, I get blamed for Alderaan all the time.
Uh,
I like the pun. Deal. Yep.
Ooh, there's a turn order thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I have no idea how
That's
it works
great.
in this though.
Yeah, holy shit.
I don't even
that's
know what it
really
means.
weird.
What
I
do
didn't
those
see
numbers
numbers and-
mean?
I figured I'd open it just to see what was going on, but
I feel like I want to click on it.
That is so confusing.
I'm just make my own damn turn order
Yeah.
with blackjack and hookers.
Blackjack and hookers are always fun. You did wrongs to PC.
I was just gonna put numbers on them.
Oh, okay.
I just was like, you know what? Instead of changing it every time, I can hit the button multiple times, but it doesn't work that way. So fuck you too, Roll20.
Yeah, likes to be goofy about it. Hey, does anybody mind if I go first?
I mean,
Go for it.
seems like you were dragged into it.
Yep. I was just gonna come to your aid right there, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter which order I go in. Doesn't
I would
matter to me.
ask you guys how it's hanging, but I think that's a question reserved for me right now.
Yeah, Sam, you can go first.
Yay! I'm gonna shoot this fucking piece of shit because it fucking grabbed me and I don't like it.
There are 6 PCs on that list.
Let's see. It's an easy check for close range, right?
Yeah.
All right, so easy with a setback. And
Oh, I told you that you were entangled, correct?
yes. What does that entail?
My bad. You're immobile. That's the correct word for it. You are currently
Oh.
immobile. You can take actions, but you cannot take maneuvers.
Okay, so I can't focus. All right,
Yep.
makes sense.
And you got that it did 2 damage to you after your soak.
Mm-hmm.
2 wounds or whatever you want to call it.
Yep, I did. I put that on my sheet. And here we go. First attack.
That'll hit.
I shoot it in its big dopey face.
Nice.
For 7, 8 damage,
8
right?
damage. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything else?
There's nothing else I can do.
Okay. NPC gets a turn. About time that happens, I guess the tree octopus that Pixie is fighting, we'll see that dissension has been sown amongst the ranks, and it's gonna climb down and try to grab Mr. Pixie from the tree there. So it is
Cuddles!
Cuddles indeed. Do you got any defense or anything I should be aware of, sir?
3 soak, no defense.
Okay. And it is engaged, so that is 1 purple. Failure, but 3 advantages. No damage to you, Sa, but it's got tentacles that are trying to grab onto you, and you are, I'm guessing, reaching up and embracing the hug.
So it would get a boost then, right?
Yeah, right. I mean, I can do that real quick if you want me to. PC turn.
I'll go. I don't mind helping out Sam. Shoot at this one.
Pew pew.
If Sam had eyebrows, they would be furrowed right now. Very angrily.
Do I have to put any purple on? I should be at close range, I would think,
Sure,
or am I
Yes,
at medium
so it's
range?
1. You said you ran over there, so I was assuming short range.
Yeah.
So a single purple.
Okay.
Holy thick.
Ooh,
You guys and your fucking triumphs this round.
Yeah.
Telling you. I've still
That
got
means-
1 to spend.
I'm gonna hand off that advantage to whoever goes next.
Okay.
How far away are they?
You are close to the one currently trying to grab Pixie. You are,
Yeah, because you were throwing me.
yeah, you are medium to the one grabbing Sam.
Okay, well, I'll attack the one that's grabbing Pixie.
Ah, we were just becoming friends.
I know.
Seal, did I
I'll
do
give
any
you some
damage
more
to the other one?
biscuits.
Yeah,
Is it
sorry, I
like
was
2 per-
calculating
That's
it while eating a Pop
No
Tart.
worries. No, that's fine. Ooh, what kind of Pop Tart?
Brown sugar cinnamon, the only flavor
The
Pop Tart I
best.
make.
No, sorry.
The best.
Frosted strawberry, all the way.
Yeah, I'm all about the frosted
Yep.
strawberry. Although blueberry's really good too.
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here with that blueberry shit.
Dude, blueberry is
Not
fucking
good.
delicious. Fuck off. Put
You're
butter
off
on
the
it, dude.
team.
It's amazing.
You're off the team.
Always put
I
butter
hope
on
you
your
get
Pop
eaten by
Tarts.
that cuddle monster.
All right.
Yeah, I tracked your damage. Oh, Jesus
Cool.
Christ.
Nice. Yay, another triumph. Man, we're killing it.
I just noticed that your vibro axe is called a verbro axe.
It is, because I typoed and nobody
I didn't even notice it.
noticed it for 2 sessions, but nice.
Yeah, I didn't either. I think I have mild dyslexia anyway, so I just never noticed the second R or the first R. I don't know.
It was a stressful day, guys. What do you want from me? The good thing is I did that on stream, so that video's been on the internet for like 6 weeks now.
Nice.
Hun, you fuck up that tree octopus quite well. So you do 3 damage to it plus 1 for each success, so that's gonna be 5 damage. And then you don't have any advantages for critting or anything, but you ignore 2 of its 3 soak. So it has 1 soak to your 5 damage. You're gonna be dealing 4 damage to it. Remind me about your feral strengths and stuff.
I'm looking.
Okay, I think it was 1 damage on a successful melee.
Add 1 damage per rank to 1 hit of successful attacks. Yeah,
Okay, how many ranks do you have?
just 1 right now.
Okay, so add 1 more damage, and that one will take 5. Anything else on your turn, hun?
Is Pixie still like being held by him, or like?
There's tentacles around it, but it is not at the, he's not wrapped up like Sam is and being dragged off. Like Sam is, his feet aren't touching the ground right now.
I have yet to make contact, despite my best efforts.
Okay. If I can't like push him away or anything, then I'll just be done.
Okay. NPC turn. Let's see if we can hit a Sam. Ooh, we can hit a Sam. But no advantages for me to spend. So, Sam, I am
Don't
going...
forget I have a defense.
Yep, no, after the defense, you are left with 2 successes, which is why he does not have the advantage to do his super cool thing to you. And so what you're going to take is 5 damage, apply soak as needed, and you continue to be ensnared unless something adjusts that.
5 damage total.
Yeah, I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all math your own soaks.
Yeah, that's fine. I already did.
Out of curiosity, are these cloaker tokens?
This is the token from the page of the book that it talks about.
Oh, really?
Arboreal octopuses. Oh, the music. PC turn.
So
Yeah,
I
you
haven't
did-
gone. Who else has it?
Oh, I have not gone.
Go ahead, Godo.
Yeah, you too.
All right, and I
Give
got
it a
I got the
boost.
advantage.
Yeah.
So I will shoot the one that's holding Sam. Pew pew. And I remember how to do this. To go to combat.
I mean,
And
if you had finished your character sheet.
I mean, for skills and stuff, it's all there.
Yeah, but you could click on the weapon and it would do all the damage and stuff automatically.
That is also there.
okay.
But I also so for the advantage, do I add anything? Do I add?
You get a
die? I don't
boost
know how
die.
it
A blue.
works. A blue.
Yep, 1 blue. 1 blue over the cuckoo's nest.
Here we go.
It's actually supposed to
Bam.
be white, isn't it?
Holy
Nice.
thick.
Wow.
Well, you can crit.
And give someone a boost.
Yep, you can, in fact, make it roll on the critical injury table, and use an advantage to pass off a boost to somebody else, and you will hit it for 6, 7, 8, 9. Which one are you shooting?
The one holding Sam.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna go ahead and kill that one.
Yeah.
Blam.
Nice.
And my advantage goes to whoever goes next.
That would
if
be
they
me.
want it.
You wanna roll a D100 to see what you would have done to it if you chose to crit it?
Yeah. How do I roll a random die? Do I just-
Slash R.
Slash R spade.
D100.
Yeah.
What?
like that? Oh. What does that do? What does that mean?
I should totally make a critical injury handout and a roll 20.
Hmm.
There you go.
Oh, we do have that little tab, don't we?
Yeah. But remember that rolls for your...
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's the wrong thing.
What does it roll for? What does it do?
So on page 217 of the core rulebook, you'll see the critical injury. So what you would have done with that 70 is inflicted a critical injury on that thing had you not done enough damage to kill it. And 70 gets you scattered senses. Target removes a boost from all of its skill checks until the end of the encounter.
So the worst one.
Basically.
Nice.
Pixie stick.
All right. So I get a boost from Kodo. I'm gonna spend my maneuver to aim, albeit reluctantly, because I really think I was starting to connect with this guy. And I will shoot it in the squid eye.
Yeah.
That is already swollen from the little biscuit that you threw at it.
Can I crit it twice?
Wow.
I don't know the rules on that, so...
I feel like that
Yes.
would be a no, but yeah.
I don't see.
Does it have a
why not.
defensive bonus?
It does have one defense bonus.
All right, so I'll spend 3 to negate its defensive bonus, and then I will spend 3 to have the attack disable the opponent. That's rather than dealing wounds. Never mind. I want to shoot it. Never mind.
We can start putting the setback die for defense on y'all's rolls if you want. I've just been rolling them here and then applying them to your rolls. But up to you guys.
No, I'm fine just negating it now, though.
Yeah.
Why not?
He rolled a single. It was a blank die on the setback, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, so it's not worth it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I guess I'll just recover all my strain. How much damage am I doing? Is it enough to kill it?
It is not enough to kill it.
All right, so we'll do a critical injury then. So
Okay.
I spend 2 to recover 2 strain, then 3 for critical injury, and then I'll give a boost to Zamira.
Okay.
My turn?
I'm waiting to
Uh-oh.
see what terrible critical injury does. 30?
Nothing good.
30 gets you discouraging wound. Flip one light side destiny point to a dark side destiny point.
Reverse if NPC.
Yeah, so
Reverse if NPC. That is important.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
yeah.
know. I know.
I didn't.
I mean, I know now.
Cool. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
That would bring us back to the top of the order, but there was one more of them that you guys haven't seen that's going to take his turn now.
Mm.
It's been there the whole time. You can check the types.
What?
What?
We trust you.
I have to bring it to the right layer. I forget that's
don't.
like 16 clicks. This one's going to move forward and try to hug Rick because he seems like a little lighter than the droid, and he notices that his friend was having some troubles. So I'm going to attack you, Mr. Rick. Do you have any defensive armor that I need to apply setbacks or anything?
I have armor, but I don't think it has any defense. Let me double check.
Okay.
No, it's just padded armor. No defense. Nothing special.
Okay, well, I got good news and I got bad news.
Oh boy.
The good news is it hits you. The bad news is it does so with 2 advantages, which it's going to spend to use its linked because it has multiple tentacles. So it's actually going to slap you upside the head with a second tentacle, which
Ow.
means it's going to be bringing 5 on the 6 on the first hit and 5 on the second hit, minus any soak that you have. And
Holy shit.
you are now ensnared by this thing as it begins to drag you off.
Oh no. Okay, so soak says I have 3, but then I also have my padded armor that says I have soak 2. Does that mean I have a total soak of 5?
What is your brawn?
My brawn 2.
Should have a total of
Total
4
of
then.
4 soak.
So my soak is the same as brawn?
Brawn plus
brawn
armor.
plus armor.
Oh, okay. So it should be 4. Okay.
Yeah. So you took 6, which means you take 2, and then you took 5, which means you take 1. But you're also wrapped
Okay.
up in being drug off into the trees.
So, ow.
I think you took strain instead of wounds.
You did. Steven, how does disengaging and running away work?
I'll look it up.
Maneuver to disengage from the pair of y'all, and then a maneuver to move.
I think
Maneuver.
you only have to disengage if you're in close quarters combat with somebody. If you're at a ranged combat, there's no I don't think there's any rule for just running the fuck away.
Hey, Sam.
What?
You see how they're all in close engaged combat?
Right, but
Engaged is a different range than close.
yeah, yeah, close. There's a difference between being close to somebody and being engaged. So in the book, it's like a very different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey. No, I get what you're saying, and for anyone that ends up watching this, and for anyone who's in the group, because y'all are all cool, engaged is a subset of short, right? You can be in short range and not be engaged. Engaging with the target means you're still in short, but you are effectively in melee. And that's where you need to disengage, which should take a maneuver, I believe, since it is hostile.
I'm looking at it. It does take a maneuver to disengage, but first someone has to take a maneuver to engage. So it
Right.
still counts as within short range. The character then can perform a maneuver to engage, and then once engaged, the person must perform a maneuver to disengage.
Right. Well, I'm asking because the tree octopi took a maneuver to engage with you while attempting to grab.
So it's another maneuver to
Right.
disengage,
Okay.
and this only changes his relative range from his opponent from engage to short.
Okay. So tree octopi is going to disengage from you, and then use a second maneuver to attempt to start climbing and clawing through the trees. It's moving south on the map, but y'all are at the bottom of the screen, so that I can keep everybody on the screen. We're just gonna kind of move him this way, and so he is now medium distance from the pair of y'all up in the trees.
Come back! I'm sorry.
And top of the order.
Didn't
So
the one
back to
next to
me.
me already go though?
Mm,
'Cause
Oh,
it did
I
attack me,
clicked
didn't
the progress twice, and so I was reading the wrong turn. Carry on. Top of the order.
Okay, I'll go now. I'm still close range with this fucker here.
No, you're medium from that one. Or
Okay, well then.
yeah, medium from that one.
Can I suggest that we let Zamira hit the one next before he runs away?
ooh.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Go on ahead, Samira. That's
Now that we know that it's gonna run away. Not that that's
Aw.
metagaming.
Plus, she gets a boost.
Boost.
Do I get a boost?
Yeah, I gave you one.
Uh,
Sorry, Seal.
Yeah, no head. Slap a setback die in there, hon.
That's the black one, right?
Yes, please.
I have 1 blue, 1 black, and 1 purple.
Yeah.
Yep.
Keep this metagaming up. You're coming back to a ship full of fucking tree squids. Well, that will certainly kill it.
Aw.
Plus, she could have crit it or sundered it or any number of vicious things to it. So, yeah, Zamira, that is 1 X squid. Well, there's only one NPC turn left, which means this one's going to continue to try and drag off Kodo.
Does he get to go 3 times
Oh,
since there are 3
no!
NPC turns?
You know, don't tempt me.
I actually think that that's how it would work, right? Because it doesn't. Just because somebody dies or is unconscious doesn't mean that like the NPC turns go away. I don't know.
That's a good thing. I'm going to write that down.
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and try to kill Kodo real quick then.
Just the way the turn order works in this system is weird, so I don't know.
Kodo, it hits you, but not enough to do multiple attacks. So while it's dragging you through the trees and stuff, you're going to get slapped with branches and stuff like that. But it does attack you with one tentacle, and it is going to do 5, 6, 7 damage to you before subtracting soak.
So
And-
that's 3.
The answer is that NPC has to have not acted that round to fill the slot.
Okay. So the slot's still there. There's just not an NPC to fill it.
Correct.
Okay.
PC?
Yeah, this thing's just gonna drop Kodo though, because y'all are killing all of its friends. And it's,
I'm sorry.
Aw.
like-
Don't make me feel bad.
It's like it had him, but it's realizing that he's going way too slow through the trees, and there's nothing else but him. So it's gonna drop Kodo, and I'm gonna need like a coordination check from you, Kodo. We're gonna call it average.
Maybe they should have told me they eat Kodos instead of biscuits, and I would have thrown something else.
Oh. Average is 2, yes.
Yes, please.
Alright. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a shortfall.
Can I try to run and like break his fall or catch him or anything?
Slow motion. No.
I think there's one triumph sitting around somewhere.
Oh,
I have it. Yeah,
I have one
actually.
too. Shit, I totally forgot.
There's a big comfy mushroom.
I was about to use. I was actually about to use my fucking triumph for something similar to this. So can I just go on ahead and do what I was gonna do?
What are you
Because
gonna do?
I was like, basically what I was gonna do is trip up. I wasn't gonna shoot at the octopus. I was gonna trip it up by like waiting for it to like grab onto like a certain branch that was like. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Am I,
I'm making
like, talking
jokes.
funny?
I'm listening. No, I'm making fun of you being a droid and running under the falling Kodo and deploying your chest-mounted airbag.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Your
That actually would be
chest-mounted
fucking hilarious.
flotation devices.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to wait for him to grab like a certain branch where like he's holding himself up mostly on like 1 or 2 tentacles, and then I'm gonna shoot the branch to where it snaps, and that way it kind of like loses its grip and like lets go of Kodo, but in a way where it kind of like he basically like it unfurls its tentacle and Kodo just kind of slides down it into the mud safely.
Nice.
That is elaborate.
I'll accept it.
It's the kind of shit that you can do, like based on what it
Yeah.
says for Triumph. It's kind of like what you can do.
Awesome.
I'll allow it. And I was unable to find a cartoon gif of like somebody being spooled up in a rope and then unwinding as they go like fall and unspool, but I know that there's things out there where it's
Look
happening.
up, look up
Mhm.
Chronicles of Riddick. There's definitely
Oh,
that
yeah.
exact thing in that movie.
But this thing is going to be hauling ass through the trees once it drops Kodo off. And that's its turn. Are you guys going to pursue it, or
I mean, we want the extra XP, so I might as well shoot it.
No, let's go back to the ship. Well, if it's within shooting range, I guess.
we'll call it long from Zamira, Tali, and Pixie, and medium from Sam, and short from Kodo.
Long is 3 purples.
Yes.
All right, spending a maneuver to aim. Oh. God damn it.
But you
Wow.
got advantage.
All right, screw it. Let's go back to the ship.
Anyone else want to shoot at the octopi, or are you over it?
They get a
Yes.
boost if they do. Go ahead. With boost.
With boost. All right, so boost, and it's how many purple am I gonna put down there?
Two.
Two?
Short from you.
2 for you.
Oh, it's
So-
short for me.
Short from
Is that
him.
one?
Because it was just holding on to him. So yes, please, 1.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
one.
okay.
One. Okay. And let's see if I made this button work correctly.
I like buttons.
Oh.
Oh.
You guys continue to fire blaster bolts like into random trees and make quite a scene.
We're really scaring it though.
Yeah. The trees we're hitting are not having a good time.
I'll give it a try, I guess.
With
Nope.
boost.
No.
What the fuck?
What? Our shots are getting worse as they go.
I
Alright,
might
that's
as well
enough.
give it one shot.
My heart wasn't in it.
Oh,
That's
man. Here comes all the despair.
why.
Ha!
Yeah.
Wow.
You will hit it, but it is not enough to kill it, and it will get farther away on its next turn.
That's fine.
But at this point, IT3 is going to come over the radio and in his stupid, snobby, fucking faux British voice ask, "Is everything okay out there? I'm seeing blaster bolts flying out from the canopy of the jungle."
Did I or did I not tell you to turn the fuck off?
Okay, we are going back to the ship now. Totally got to focus on this new threat, the fact that we have people chasing us and most likely zeroing in on our position now.
I'm sorry, IT. I'm in a bad mood. I just had to kill my friend Cuddles.
You named him Cuddles?
It was his favorite thing to do.
I guarantee you that the thing was never your friend and never would have been your friend.
All right, come on, Pixie. I throw my arm
Just
around
tell
him
him-
in a comforting way. Let's go.
Okay.
Sorry, Rick. I didn't mean to cut you off.
What? No, go ahead. That's fine.
That was it.
Oh, guys, don't forget you can do a simple, cool, or vigilance to remove a strain.
Ooh.
I will definitely be doing that.
Yeah, same.
You can do that.
What
like
do
right
we do?
now?
Just roll a
Simple is no purples or 1 purple.
Okay.
Easy's no purple. Simple is 1 purple, right?
One purple.
And then we
That
roll.
That sounds about right. I
'Cause
remember this being a
otherwise-
distinction.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have to roll.
Right.
We're learning, people. We're learning.
So it's 1 purple.
Correct. Good job, Kodo.
It's cooler what? Cooler discipline, right? Yeah, but either way it would be the same for me.
Uh,
To take off
Might-
1,
yeah, discipline.
or can it be more than 1?
I'm checking.
Okay.
It's probably based off of the number of successes that you get.
Yeah.
I'm not very fond of how the index is laid out in this rulebook.
Yeah.
It is kind of annoying.
There will be no further complications, though, as you get back to the ship.
Oh boy.
IT3, what'd you get done? Any work on the ship?
I turned off everything, as previously instructed.
Well, good job then.
I'm going to use one of my emergency repair patches really fast.
I believe the tracking device has led someone else here. Another ship, smaller ship, has entered the atmosphere of the planet and is doing flyovers. They are quite a distance away, but I figured it pertinent to let you know.
who says we fly up there and just take the ship down before they have a chance to find us.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Sweet. That's so good for me. All right, cool. Let's boot her up. See what we got going on. Sam,
Like-
do you want to look over? Do you have time now to look over some of the stuff
Let's
you got
roll.
from the,
Yeah, now that we have a minute,
or do you have other stuff to do? Either way.
it's both, Zamira, whichever one you want to use for it. Yeah, I'll use my emergency repair patch, and then I'll start sifting through more of the data that I got from the pod.
Okay.
All right.
So I will
take care, you
adjourn. I
guys.
will adjourn myself to the bathroom.
Okay. What you're gonna get is the rest of the recording. So you saw them ejecting from the ship, and as soon as they started ejecting from the Sonala, or a human coming on and chewing them out and stuff like that. But you're going to watch the rest of the ride, and all four of them are in there, and it's clear that no one's really happy about the way that anything's going. Hence, escape podding the fuck out of there. But they're speaking in Galactic Basic, and the first guy is like, I can't believe that I let myself get wrapped up in Harsal's stupid fucking greedy scheme. Things were bad enough, and all he wanted to do was flee. And then one of the Nemodians will speak up and be like, there was always the chance that we could have worked things out, or at least laid low as the Republic fell and this empire was set up. But I have to agree, we shouldn't have listened to Harsal. It's that Kratala and her stupid political treachery against the Chancellor ruined any chance of us being able to smooth things over. And they start bickering amongst themselves, but they're bad mouthing somebody named Harsal and somebody named Kratala, and I'll put that in chat in just a moment. But
Harsal, we know, is Roam's dead, or
nope, that's Ropa,
no?
The captain.
the captain of the ship.
Oh, okay.
But you watch all of them bickering and basically saying that Harsal's fucking scheme brought us out here, and that somebody named Kratala and all of her treachery is what ruined any chance. Particularly the Nemodians are the ones bitching about Kratala and ruining any chance of working this out politically. But it was Harsal's idea to run. And you followed the recording all the way to it going to static as it slams into the cliff that it was crashed into.
Alrighty. All right. I will exit the bathroom after.
You didn't wash your hands.
I don't need to wash my hands. I'm a robot. Besides, I don't use the bathroom. Sometimes, I might have an oil leak. That's about it. Anyway.
You're still touching the things in the bathroom.
No, I'm not. I just go in there and I stand. I literally just walk in.
Rust.
Yeah, I would literally walk in, shut the door, and just stand there. That's what he does every time.
Perfectly normal. The robot walks to the bathroom, steps in, closes the door, and watches a video of four guys flying to their death.
Yeah, I needed a private place to do it. Okay, and I don't like.
Sorry,
that.
all I can think of was the Zuckerberg memes, and it's something like, the humans, they go to the bathroom? Yes. Then I shall go to the bathroom too.
That is actually another part of it, but we'll get to that later. Anyway, freaking. So I'll exit and I'll head over to where everybody else is and go to IT. Sorry, what were the names again? If you type them out for me.
Oh yeah, I
Kratala and Harsal.
Okay.
C, not a
So,
K.
I'll go over to IT3 and, excuse me, IT3. Do you happen to know of anyone that would have been associated with the Salanala ore named Harsol, or anyone within political power back when the ship was stolen named Kratala?
Well, remember that everyone knows that Harsal was the captain of the ship. Like, that's part of the urban legend. So
Okay,
you don't
alright,
have to
so
ask
yeah.
about him. Everyone knows that Harsal was the general that fled at the end of the Clone Wars. So that's a known factor.
Okay, but then I'll just ask about Kratala.
I will do some research on that and let you know. I don't immediately see anything that it says that IT. Let's see here. Actually, give me like 25 seconds.
Count down the seconds.
Right. He's gonna tell you that. Oh, Kratala. Yes, that's one of the individuals that Captain Harsal had gathered into his little plan. He gathered up all the tech and money that he could and fled, and a lot of the tech came from the dealings with Master Riom's father, Ropak, and Kratala. They were working alongside him to provide the cyberware that he was fleeing with. So it wasn't just taking money. He planned to take brilliant engineers and politicers like Kratala and Ropak, set up operation on the Outer Rim and begin business there. It was not simply fleeing with as much money as he could get his hands on. He planned on continuing business and running operations from the far Outer Rim.
Very well. It seems that the men who crashed in that pod were discussing Kratala before they died, and Harsal as well, spouting treacherous and unruly words against both of them.
So you were able to locate a pod from the Sanala ore?
Yes, the pod that we located was in fact from the Sanala ore, and I know the trajectory in which the Sanala ore was headed before it crashed.
Excellent news indeed, Master Sam. I wouldn't weigh too much on it. Anyone who was ejecting from the ship as it crashed probably had less than favorable opinions of the folks that they see as putting them in that particular situation. So, and he kind of fades off like mid-sentence there, but he's basically given the like, of course they were talking shit, like they were dying.
Yeah, true enough. All right.
Guys, I really don't like IT. Can we just space him?
Do you say that?
Yes.
Up in the upper left-hand corner of your
Pixie.
screen comes up a thing that says, IT3 will remember this.
It's good. That's good.
You have lost respect with IT3.
Have you guys played Tales from the Borderland?
Oh
No.
my god, yes.
I
So
don't like
good.
I don't like the storyboard games like that. I can't play them.
Can I tell you a random tidbit? One of my
haven't
good
heard of that
friends works for Telltale Games.
Oh,
She's
nice.
a writer for
awesome.
them.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna totally spoil it for Leah now, but I absolutely need to say my favorite part of that game whatsoever is when you're talking to the hologram of Handsome Jack, and you say something and it puts the little like Handsome Jack will remember this up in the upper left, like every Telltale game does when you talk to somebody, and Jack like stops and looks up at it and points at it and goes, "What the fuck is this?"
That's great. Handsome Jack was a fantastic
my
character and an
gosh.
amazing bad guy. I'm still not a huge
Man.
fan of of the pre-sequel, but the Borderlands series is one of my favorites.
Borderlands
Yeah,
2
when are we
is-
getting the next one, guys?
Yeah, Borderlands 2 is one of my
There's
absolute
still-
favorite games.
The problem that they're having with the next one is that they're basically creating an entire new engine just to make this game. So
Well, that's
that
how a
would
lot
make
of
sense because
franchises work.
Borderlands 2 came out in like 2012, and they haven't. A pre-sequel
Bless you.
was not a new engine or nothing, so
They also lost the majority of their leadership staff, so that doesn't help.
yeah, and they've been having some issues. They are still working on it. There's by the end of the year they're supposed to have an actual like release date for it. The last I heard.
And also, Borderlands is the only decent game that Gearbox has ever made, so that doesn't
Yeah.
help.
Very true.
yeah, they did crap. What was the one that's supposed to come out at the same time as Overwatch? Basically, why am I blanking on it?
Oh,
Battleborn.
Battleborn.
They also did Aliens, Colonial Marines, Duke
Oh.
Nukem Forever.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I preferred Battleborn over Overwatch, but it just didn't get the hype that Overwatch did.
I really
Anyways.
like Overwatch. So
So IT doesn't like me anymore. He's
Right.
remembering it.
Yep. So, out of character, you guys have a choice of firing up the ship and flying further up the valley and looking for landing sites,
Mhm.
or hiking from here.
First of all, I think we need to fire up the ship and drop off that tracking device somewhere very in it
Oh,
before we know
You
where to
cut
go.
out. All I
You
heard
cut out
was
for a sec.
very.
Oh,
Yeah.
I said we need to go to the other side of the planet and drop off that tracking device
mhm.
and then go to where we're supposed to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
we can do that.
yeah,
Somebody roll a D100.
Mm.
You do know that as soon as we start the ship up, they can catch us on our scanners. If they're going in low orbit and scanning the planet, they can find us pretty easily.
nice.
Not if we fly just above the tree line, below the radar.
You do realize that our scanners picked up things that were below the tree line that weren't turned on, just metal scraps and
Well,
old
to
pods.
be fair, y'all were doing a focused scan on that. Like
Yeah, that's true.
out of character, y'all were doing a focused scan at the ground. The scan that picked up the ship was just, more wide range, less focused stuff. So a single blip in the atmosphere is what led IT to knowing that something was flying. It might not be another ship, but something large enough and airborne was up there. But like he didn't get a size, he didn't get a solid location. Like he just knows that something quite a distance away was airborne.
Okay.
Where do you guys want to drop this thing off at? How do you want to go about this? Like, are y'all heading to just the opposite side of the planet from where you are currently? Are you heading towards the poles? Like, it doesn't super matter, but for flavor, I want to know what the plan is.
If
Sure,
I'm piloting and I'm not. Go ahead, Tally. You pick.
How long would it take us to get to the opposite side of the planet?
Inconsequential
speed?
to story.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna travel at light speed, are we?
No.
We should.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to change anything currently in works. So, like, there is, without giving anything away, there's currently no story impact of the difference in flying 5 miles and kicking it out the airlock or flying to the other side of the planet and dropping it, like, timeline-wise.
Okay.
So y'all can totally go to
our-
the other side of the planet, but I would want to know, like, are y'all looking for a ravine to drop it down in? Are you chucking it in water? Are you finding an exo and giving it a suppository? Like, what's the plan?
It's got to appear as if we were there. So
Yeah.
preferably somewhere hard to scan. If it's a like cavey region would be nice.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, you can find some
Yeah.
mountains and crevices and ravines and stuff.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay,
Our
you-
basic plan is to drop it off and then circle back around and try to go towards the coordinates that Sam has now, right?
okay. Do you do any
Sorry,
kind of
so-
like out of your way loop or anything, or do you fly straight from point A to point B, drop it off, and fly back to point A before looking for point C? Like, are y'all flying? Do you fly there and then fly back the same way, or do you fly there and then come around the planet the other way? Like,
Yeah, I would
I
say
know it's
drop it and
dumb
then-
questions, but there's
No, it's
reasons.
not dumb.
So
We don't want to bring them any closer to the pod than we have to, just in case they can't find us and they find the pod instead. They still have the same coordinates. So we should probably just go to the opposite side of the planet, drop it, and then swing back around to our new location.
While checking the rearview mirror for people following.
because y'all totally
Always.
left that black box in the escape pod even after IT told you that somebody else was here.
Well, people don't let me use my grenades in this game, okay?
God damn it, Seal! After every single time we do something, and you're like, "Oh, well, you had like all these options," and I'm always thinking like, "Oh shit, we did."
I'm sorry, I'm being a jerk.
You're fine. You're fine. I just am always like, "Oh man, why didn't we do that?"
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking the same thing. Like, shit, I should have freaking grabbed the black box at least. Like, I don't know, but he told, like, in my mind, he told me
No,
that I
it-
downloaded all the stuff for it, and I was
Yes,
like, I
you had it.
downloaded it, so it's not there anymore, right? Like,
Right.
no, that's not how it works.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and they won't have like a droid with them or something.
I'm
get
just
that.
I don't
being
feel
a
bad about
jerk.
this. I was too busy crunching bones.
That's
Ah,
true. You were standing on that guy's arm.
Okay, so
So,
we'll do the long way
um,
around. That way we're not leading them to the pod.
And Sam has this rare droid venereal disease that any computer he jacks into
Stop it.
gets a Trojan.
It's,
So
Wow.
we'll know if anyone else connects to that computer.
Yeah, but
it's
hasn't he
very,
like plugged
yeah.
into our ship already?
Hmm.
Yeah,
He used
Sam
protection.
did regale you of the story that whenever he was a young droid, he would plug into any machinery that looked willing.
Always plugging into random
Wow.
systems unprotected is your 5 1/4 floppy drive infected. All right.
Oh my.
So
Anyway.
you're gonna fly around the world. You know, just do a lap, victory lap. Cool. Kick out the tracking device somewhere in like a
Turn it
nice-
on first.
Ooh,
Yeah, turn it on first.
Yep.
somebody's paying attention.
Tricky.
In like
Yeah.
a rocky mountainous area, you're pretty sure that the ores and stuff in the ground will help fuck with any scanners. So they'll have the signal from the tracker, but actually like finding you will be problematic, especially telling like how big of a ship, you know, that kind of stuff. Should be harder in the irony type mountains that you kick that shit off in. What you're gonna have though is you fly around and you're back in the main valley. Like I said, it's kind of a winding river valley, and you head you start closer to where the escape pod was, and you start heading north, and you're gonna come up on kind of a big winding curve in the river, and then you'll come up over a rise, and you're gonna see ahead of you is a big valley, and there's like a small the lake becomes or the river becomes a small lake because there's like a rocky dam at the southern end of this valley where the valley gets wider right there, and there's a pooling lake that kind of filters through a big rocky dam covered in vines and trees and stuff at one end before the river continues to wind south towards your old landing pad. Somebody can make an average perception check with a setback die.
I'll do it.
For more information.
Because I get to remove up to 2 setback dice thanks to my acute senses.
Sure. Or you can make an easy computer check, also with a setback die.
I can't do computers.
I can do computers.
Fuck.
You find a landing area. With that roll, you'll find a landing area on the.
Oh, I shouldn't even have that boost, by the way. Forgot to take
So-
it out of my pool.
So you fail.
Yeah. I mean, technically, no successes is a fail, anyways, right?
Well, if you drop the boost, you have a failure. Right?
Yeah, but I mean, you have to have at least one success to pass the check.
Correct.
Is what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is there's multiple amounts of information that I can give you, and this one would happen no matter
Right. I would have a failure. You are correct.
what. Somebody make a scanner check with the ship. Call it an easy computer check, with a setback on there for nefarious GM reasons.
Go, Sam, go. All
All right, I'm gonna warn you that I do have 2 setbacks because of my fear. So we'll see how this goes.
I have all the faith.
Go ahead and remove your. Now that you're back in the ship, the fear effect has ended. I'm sorry I didn't state that earlier.
Yay! Ha ha!
All of the
Whoa.
successes.
Yeah.
So what you got, Sam, is using
Really
the
good
scanners, you can
computers.
find a decent clearing along the eastern bank of the lake. There's a spot big enough for the starship to land. So you guys have found a parking area, but when you run that scan, you're also going to see that rocky dam at the south end of the lake there, that's not actual rocks. That's metal. That looks like it's a piece of the ship that's been grown up and covered. In fact, give a few more moments of the scan and you're going to identify that that's part of the aft engine section of a banking clan frigate. And then your scanners start pinging all sorts of other debris kind of scattered through the actual lake itself. So there's a lot more, nothing major, not like a big chunk like that is, but there's metal debris scattered throughout the lake, and then a chunk of the ship big enough that it's like clearly blocking the river and seems to have created the lake. But a big aft engine section of the ship is blocking this river.
Okay. All right, and this is the way that my scans from the pod have shown the trajectory. I mean, obviously, this is the way it's going. We found a fucking part of the engine, but
Yes.
yeah, we're heading in the right direction. But it doesn't ping any like other major large parts. You said, right? So we don't know exactly how far we are.
Right. No other major large parts, but literally, like, not just a piece of the engine, like the aft engine section of a banking clan frigate. I'll go find a picture of the ship, but this isn't just like, a jet turbine engine in the creek. Like, this is a chunk of a capital ship. Like, big enough to block a river.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like multiple floors of ships with multiple decks of a ship and a big chunk splashed down in the river.
So
I'm calling
if we-
dibs.
If we if we found this part and it's in the back part, then I guess we'll just have to assume
I meant to
the front fell off.
do this like a fucking hour ago.
Yes, it seems like that. Whenever the ship crashed, it was
Y'all on the jungle map?
it was quite
I'm
catastrophic.
looking at a
River.
creek and river foresty map, although it's funny because it's sideways.
I figured I would get the most of the map on the screen. Roll20 is real bad about vertical maps because you end up scrolling up and down a lot. So this,
Yeah.
you're not going to be doing any combat or anything crazy on this. This is going to allow me to be pinging stuff. And I'll give you a tiny little ship, just so y'all know where you're at on the map. But so this
Who
is
gets to fly it?
right. This is where the dam's at.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all can park on that little bank there.
Alrighty.
Majestic. Discuss amongst yourself. I'm gonna refill my water real quick. What the plan is.
There is a sizable portion of the ship blocking the river. We may be able to find some clues as to where the other pieces are, or something along the lines of what we're looking for.
Awesome.
I am down to check it out.
Yep. IT3, you know the drill. Stay in here.
Yes, now that we know that the ship that we are looking for
And if you
is...
can, make Pixie Sticks' bed while you're in here.
I will shoot any droid that enters my room while I'm gone.
Sam starts walking towards Pixie's room.
And I draw my weapon.
He just touches the door and walks back.
Wonderful music we have.
Oh yeah, it dropped off, didn't it?
It's still here. I still hear it.
Yeah, it's there. It's just very quiet.
Oh. I don't hear it at all.
It's very, epic, intense, actiony sounding. I didn't even know that music was a thing you got in Roll20. But it's nice that it is a thing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What happened?
Oh, I was just talking about the music.
We decided to exit the ship and to make sure that IT stayed on the ship and didn't fuck anything up.
And also make Pixie Sticks' bed.
I'm okay with it because then I get to shoot him.
Oh, it's a square now. It's more of a rectangle.
Yeah, sure.
It's a rhombus.
I'm gonna do some reading on this page. Is there anything immediately? It's by the time y'all like flew around and did all that stuff, like it's evening. If you guys want to go ahead and like power down the ship and camp for the night, this would be like the perfect point to do that. Not trying to force you or anything.
How far are we from the actual aft section? Like, is it an easy hike or?
Gonna be a bit of a hike, and it depends. Like, you don't know which sides of it you might be able to get in and stuff like that. So you're gonna hike from here to it on this side, very possibly, but you don't know if you'll have to like climb up and around or over. Like, it's an unknown quantity at this point, but shouldn't take more than 45 minutes to get there and start scoping out the thing, plus time to explore.
I say we go, guys, because we know that there's another ship hot on our heels, and that tracking device won't buy us much time if we decide to camp for the night.
Okay.
I am still of the opinion that we should have just flown up and destroyed the other ship so that we had no rivals to worry about.
We don't have any guns on our ship.
Do we not? Out of character, we don't,
Seriously?
really?
We
Do we
don't?
not?
I don't think so, guys.
Hey,
Like how
y'all,
everyone's really
y'all,
surprised by this.
y'all picked the fucking ship. I was gonna give you the YT-1300, which I know has guns. I'm pretty sure the picture of this ship has guns on it, though.
I mean, I didn't see any on the stats.
I feel like that would be like a normal thing that always comes with every ship, though.
Not necessarily.
Not if it's just a
you can get
freighter.
a cargo.
It's a
ship.
science ship, yeah.
But we
I'll
picked
take
it
it,
because
I'll
it
take
looks
it, yeah.
cool. That's the only reason I think we picked it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I just want to point out,
Shit.
I was not here. I was not here for the ship picking
Oh,
discussion.
yeah, yep.
So,
Oh, great,
so I
great.
blame you guys.
A lot of good
Nice
it does us
solidarity
now.
there.
I blame you guys. No, seriously, by the time I had showed up, y'all had already picked the ship.
Oh,
Everything was good.
Shit.
All right, next time we end up on a major spaceport place, we're getting some weapons added to the ship.
We are getting 10,000 credits for this mission,
Okay.
so.
Well,
What was it? Was it in Far Horizon, Steven?
I'm looking it up right now. Enter the unknown.
that's
Oh, it does
fine.
have guns. It just wasn't on the.
False alarm. Good.
We're good.
great.
Oh,
We got
okay.
a dorsal mounted twin medium laser cannon.
Okay, yeah.
woo!
So
there
a
you go.
gun. I'll
Has
add it to
one.
this sheet right now.
Phew.
Y'all,
So maybe
False
we
alarm,
add
false
another
alarm.
with-
that was about to be super exciting for the rest of this campaign.
All right, Sam. I need you to get outside the ship, and you're just gonna shoot it.
All right. Well, at least
We'll open a
the-
window
biggest
and
fucking
I'll
gun
fire
that
my
you have.
blaster out it.
I'm gonna show you how we do it in my neighborhood, bitch.
And we're gonna get a really long rope. We're gonna tie pixie sticks to it, and he's gonna throw grenades.
grenades. Yes. Well, since we already decided to drop off the tracker, and once they recalibrate their scanners and they find the tracker, they're going to go there, be thrown off for a bit. Hopefully, we'll be long gone. So maybe we should just press on and go to the area.
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't require sleep, so I'm fine either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I have 2 bits of information for you before y'all make a final vote on this thing.
Official
Okay.
vote.
Official vote. I need
Bounty.
freaking. I forgot they changed all the rulers. In your flyover, you would know that if you attempt to go along here, there will be more cliff climbing. It's not going to be flat ground. There will be more rocky outcroppings and stuff like that you have to skirt along.
Well, we know we can't climb, so what's
Yeah.
option B?
That's not going to work.
It has rained recently. Just letting you guys know.
I'm worried because I know in like 30 to 40 minutes you're going to be like, well, I told you guys you could rest. I'm going to
I'm being a benevolent GM and letting you guys have the option to spend more XP.
Yeah.
It wasn't about the damage or
Yeah,
anything. It was about the XP.
Spend it next session.
If
Nah,
we
you know,
have-
good at
I
having
think-
not
Here's the thing.
spent any XP on anything, so
That doesn't surprise me
okay,
from the person who
also-
doesn't have a character sheet done 5 weeks into this
Yeah,
endeavor.
also,
it's
we have
mostly
17.
done.
Well, if you haven't spent the last 5 from you have 17 to spend right now, and we
Right.
did just fight a bunch of squid things
True.
that gave us more XP. So if we rest now, we get all of that experience to spend.
That's true.
But we lose our advantage.
Well, it
it
depends on
doesn't.
But
how
then we
long.
gain an advantage of experience. I don't know.
Well,
I
yeah.
feel like
We
I
lose
feel like
our
the XP is
speed
the boat
advantage.
bigger.
The XP is not going to help us kill things that much better. That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
It
it
might
will
for
if
me.
somebody takes a couple of points in gunnery and we just take the ship and go find these other motherfuckers and blow
Mhm.
them out of the sky.
I mean, gunnery is one of my career skills, so
Well, there you go. You see, like
I
freaking.
could spend some on that.
Yeah. You spend a couple of points, get some good gunnery, and then we just go and blast them out of the fucking sky.
And out of character, I just realized that we are creeping up on 10 o'clock anyway. So if we start like a whole new thing, we probably wouldn't be at a good stopping point.
Yeah.
True.
You
So
guys
it
we
kind of
just,
just
like,
depends on that
We
too.
rest, figure out our XP, and then we're ready for the next session.
All right, but if
Yeah.
that's the case, then the 2 pilots are going up to shoot while the 3 other people are going into the ship.
We'll talk about it. We'll put a pin in it.
Yeah. They're definitely gonna need somebody on the ship to help fix any like a major damage that happens along the
Well,
way.
we need someone with us that can hack the computers, and
Yeah.
they have basic mechanics.
Mm.
Well, we could send IT with them. I mean, he's a protocol droid. He can do a little bit.
There you go, 3 and 3.
Do you rest now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Say yes to the rest.
How long
Okay.
does it have to be? Like, what's required to rest?
Like
This
8
is-
hours.
Yeah,
Oof.
like it's
That is quite a while. They're
It's
definitely going to
evening.
catch us.
well, it's nighttime on this side of the world, right? You guys don't know where the other ship was. You don't know if it was another ship. Nobody has said that they were scanning. Hint, hint. Since y'all turned the ship back on, there's been no
God damn
effort
it.
to fucking locate the other ship whatsoever.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're the best fucking
Y'all,
space
y'all
people ever,
literally
guys.
flew a lap around the planet and made no
Oh
effort
my
whatsoever to locate the other people. So,
Oh my
Very true.
God.
We are really good at this.
We're
Yep.
fantastic, you guys. Shh, just let it happen. It's okay.
it's nighttime.
We see.
fumbling
Okay,
our
no.
way
No. I have. See, we didn't scan for them because we knew where they were going to be after we dropped the tracker. You see, we got this.
There
We're
you
okay.
go.
Yeah,
There you go.
it was
We
a
know
trap.
where they're at currently, or at least on their way to currently. There's
just
no other
really-
reason that we had to scan for them.
I agree, but then I also like take IT3 aside and ask him to start scanning.
We're just really, really confident. That's what it is.
Got it. Okay, well, it's night on this side of the world, and y'all can like have IT 3 and Sam and the droids who don't need to sleep like run scanners and stuff throughout the night, and take an 8-hour rest. You get all the benefits of the 8-hour rest, adjust your strain and wounds appropriately, and you gain 2 XP for the Total Nebula, asteroid bumping, 5 for taking the tracking device off, 5 for finding the correct place to start scanning and the wreck, 3 for the escape pod, and 2 for the octopi fight, bringing you to a total of 10, 15, 17 XP on top of whatever you could have spent.
It would have been
Only 2
5.
for the octopus.
it's
I told
22
you we should have
total.
killed the third one.
It would be 22 total if you did not spend the last 5 EXP from the wheel.
Cool.
Yay!
37 total for your characters since character creation.
Oh, that's a lot of XP to spend.
Yeah. Ooh, man. I gotta fucking figure out what the hell I want now. How many we lose? How many wounds for a long rest? Is it only like 2? Or is it 3?
I don't know.
I forgot. I know we've said it before, but I forgot. I know you lose all your strain, so that's not an issue.
Cool.
I'll look it up again.
I like that I just made all the effort to like fix the color on this font, but y'all are resting, so I need to change it to a different fucking color.
Uh-huh.
For each full night's rest, the character recovers 1 wound, regardless of the character's current state of health.
Okay.
At the end of each full week of rest, the character may attempt a resilience check to recover from 1 critical injury. Yeah, you just get 1 wound for 1 night of rest. That is, woo, I'm going to be doing so much resting.
What
Total
about
EXP
strain?
for all of us, Amira, is going to be different because we all start with different EXP.
I will look at your character sheet in just a second, hon. You started with 95 XP, and you need to add 37 to that off the top of my head, though. Come on, chart, work with me here. I'm so bad at Roll20.
Oh boy. So many rules to look through just to level up. I know. So if it's a career skill, it's 5 plus the level that you're...
No, that's a non-career skill.
Yeah.
For whatever level it is, it's that times 5. So level 2 is 10, level 3 is 15, and so forth. If it's a
Okay.
non-career skill, it's the same thing plus 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so like a level 5 non-career skill is 5 times 5 plus 5.
Okay.
I love that talents go under combat when they're not all combat talents.
Right. I have grumbles about this sheet. I don't know if I've said that before. I don't see anything where it actually tells me the XP I should be giving out for the combats.
I was gonna, just out of curiosity, look at the GitHub page for this layout, and it turns out that GitHub is suffering outages, so I
Nice.
can't.
But based on some of the other XPs, 2 seems fine for the octopi. But I'm gonna go ahead and, like, in the session air quote there, we can talk about character upgrades and stuff like that, as I am still here for a little bit, but I release you if you have places to be.
Okay, that was fun.
Are
That's
you
the
sure?
part where I got my
And
butt
Sam,
kicked
you
by
thought
a
you
tree
weren't doing
octopus.
Good.
Yeah, I really thought the jungle was gonna be my Achilles heel, man.
You did pretty much everything with the computers and all that.
You just did not climb cliffs good. However,
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Tally
still did better
decided
than
to
I
show
did.
you
Yeah,
up.
I did better than Tally, which is good.
I just continue to stay positive, even though I'm clearly having a couple of bad luck days here.
It's only the 3rd session.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.